A world of horror? It's more likely than you think. Hello, welcome everybody. It's Saturday on the weekend of horror, which is totally the name for this segment. It's hidden though, you just can't see it. I hope you all had a wonderful week. It's the weekend, so I hope your weekends are going fantastic as well. Tonight, we're going to be playing more World of Horror now that it's in 1.0. Super excited to get back into more of it, honestly. Yesterday, we didn't have the best success, but we did get 10 achievements, which is still pretty dang cool. And on top of that, we unlocked a new character, and we still have a lot of new content from 1.0 to see. I'm ready for a win tonight! Yeah, I'm feeling that energy. I'm definitely feeling that energy, and we're going to use that to propel ourselves to victory, which is why I'm exactly going to start tonight by doing Mimi's weird experiment again, or whatever that challenge mode mission was called. Because, you know, we almost had it last night. I hope we see Long Vampire Guy too. His name is Pillar Vampire, thank you very much. But yes, I do hope special guest Pillar Vampire shows up tonight. If not, I do have him sitting on the side of the stage. Maybe he can come in and say some stuff. Long Vampire Guy should be added in the next update. Yeah, not too much to say. I mean, if you were here yesterday or you've seen the VOD, then we're gonna get right into it. I don't want to waste any time. I want to play World of Horror, god dang it. So let's go to challenge mode. Something I learned about challenge mode, you want to click down here, because if you click up here, you're gonna accidentally hit one of the challenges. City of Shiokawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth aeons ago are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in the realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you finally arrived in the doomed town. Alright, first off, I really like these little faces in the crowd there. What a fun picture. So yeah, we're gonna do Mimi's little project again. It's time to put my knowledge to use. Difficulty is True Believer, so if we clear this, we're also gonna get an achievement for clearing on the hardest difficulty. So, for this challenge, the special rule is that before each investigation, you'll have to choose one experiment to perform. At first, I was like, oh, this will be fun, this will be interesting. They all suck. They're horrible and miserable, and this is not the best god to get for this. I saw that the god pick was random. I was really hoping not to get Kathak Adarasu. But he is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all. So we can't escape from combat encounters this session. Whether or not that's gonna hurt us, we'll find out. Mimi as a character starts with a pretty sizable knowledge stat, and the scalpel, which is one of the only characters to start with a weapon from my understanding. And it's not bad, it's a decent weapon. The thing is, you need to get her knowledge up, and it doesn't hurt to try to get benefits that increase your attack speed, because the scalpel's a really weak weapon. You can hit a lot of times in combat, but you're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Let's go to our home. First, though, we got to load the city just the way I like it. It looks like... Actually, I'm going to keep the library on. No, I'm not. The school nurse is so much more useful. Let's save that real quick. I thought it would have saved all of my settings, but I guess it didn't save how I have the school set. The only reason I keep the schoolyard open is just in case we get the Akamanto mystery, honestly. You check your mailbox. It's empty. You must commit yourself to one of your projects before continuing your investigation. So, cut off your kneecap isn't bad. Starting with, like, no dexterity sucks. But we're not going to be able to run away in this fight in combat anyways, which I think is affected by dexterity. Dodging is affected by dexterity. But, yeah, these are all just really rough. I don't... random injury, each mystery, plus kick. Yeah, we're gonna cut off her kneecap for the first one again. It worked well enough last time. -1 item slot does not hurt us at all either. So that'll be the first thing we do. Mimi, you are a psychopath. I just want you to know that. We got the library notes. We're going to toss that for money because what I learned from last session is I do not want to run into the opportunist. I believe that's what that event is called. Basically, if you have no money, your chances of running into a guy who's going to force you to take a deficit so that you're not at 0 anymore will appear, and he's not fun. We're going to do this jacket again. Grab the money from out of there, of course. Who's outside? I hear somebody. Miss Abernathy. Oh, she's always been the quiet type. We'll get back to her later. What's on the telly right now? Minor earthquake in the seaside region has revealed an entrance to a partially flooded cavern system. Local scientists believe some of the corridors could be man-made. Interesting. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. What do we got this time? I already see Shiro-san's smiling face. We got the bizarre brood of the blood-curdling botanist. Tragic tale of the oh, that's a new one. That's a new one from 1.0. Tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher. Spine-chilling story of school scissors. Eerie episode of evolving eels. And curious case of a contagious coma. So the rest of them are ones that we know about, but Tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher is new, which is scary because I have no idea how to go about this mystery. It only has 2 endings, it looks like, but we could end up really dying fast if I don't know. Discovering old man-made caves would be really cool in any other setting, but here I'm scared of it. Honestly, anything I'd see on the news in this world, I'd immediately go, yep, shit's haunted. Shit's haunted, I'm out. We're gonna start with eels. I've said this before, but evolving eels is always the best case to start with because you get Kana as a companion, and she's incredibly valuable as a companion. While returning to your home, someone suddenly bumps into you. Did you know? You turn around. It's your friend living in the same apartment complex, Kana. That weird dude is back, you know? The one who studies fish? You shrug, opening the door. Kana follows and immediately enters the kitchen. A while later, she returns with 2 cans of soda. Aren't you curious? What weird fish did you bring this time? She grins. Investigate the mystery. So we have to go to the seaside twice? I have no problem with that. Let's go do that real quick for the side objective. You decide to enter a small, shady bar in the docks. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest. However, persuading them to do so might prove difficult. I don't immediately want to spend a fun after making a big deal about it. We're going to try for the charisma check. Try talking to him. Charisma check. Success! You catch the fishermen in a good mood. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things with way too many legs. Plus 5 EXP, minus 1 reason. I think even if you buy them around, you lose that reason point, so... that's kind of a garbage event to get. Keep investigating the beach. Stop. This is a crime scene. You are halted by a sweaty police officer. Behind him, 2 other policemen are packing something into black bags. Let's focus on the officers. Perception check failure. What are you looking at? Scram or we'll lock you up for the night. Minus 1 stamina. You may be going crazy, but you swear something is watching you from the sea. Minus 1 reason. I don't mind. I'll take hits to my reason and stamina right now. We're early enough in it. I saw the creepy neighbor carrying some jars inside his apartment. I wonder, what weird fish did he find this time? Will you check it out? He will surely recognize me if I try to do it myself. Please? Alright, Kana, we'll investigate the apartments. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello? Are you still there? Let's listen to the man. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, if everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. Minus 5% doom. We're at -2 now. Nice. Minus 3 reason. I'll tell you what, because we're early enough, let's rest. It's going to be plus 4% doom, but we're going to get a little bit of our reason back for that. Ultimately, it's plus, I think. Or we just went completely zeroed out there, which is also fine. Dude's working at school, right? We could break into his office. What do you mean we shouldn't? It must be empty because he just came back and his classes begin next week. You know, Kana? I guess. The corridor is flooded by a black sludge that's slowly oozing from underneath the door of the chemistry classroom. A damp, moldy stench grows as you get closer. How are you going to get to the other side? I don't remember what this checks. I'm gonna guess it's dexterity, so why don't we just take a detour? Better safe than sorry. You take the stairs up to another floor to avoid the sludge, plus 2% doom. The neighbor's office at school is empty. You do find a few jars, all filled with weird eel-like fish. Despite your protests, Kana decides to take one jar home. Have you ever seen an eel like this? It's so freaky. Don't you have a feeling it's watching us? How can she sip her soda so calmly, staring at this creepy creature? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, nothing gets between me and a good old Verner's. I know how you feel, Kana. Let's investigate the apartments. Mr. Ooh, your neighbor, is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. Nah, I don't want to risk something truly evil. And this literally means, like, you're going to lose EXP. Which is cool, I guess, but I'd rather keep my EXP for level ups, Mr. Ooh. Let him come up with his own stuff. It was all a dream? You're a genius, he shouts, grabbing a pencil. Excuse me now, I've got a bestseller to write. You roll your eyes and prepare to leave. That's so corny. I've seen him burning some notes behind our apartment building. Let's go and check it out. Is this eel even alive? Hey, that's Kana you're talking about, game. You better watch out there. She's not an eel. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of soda inside, but you could really use a drink. Okay, getting the cheapest one is going to be a check, whereas getting the expensive one just kind of saves us. Dexterity check failure. You buy a can of off-brand soda, and when you reach for it, something inside the machine catches your hand. You have to jerk your hand out, injuring yourself. We got cut arms on you. Deal -1 damage on all attacks in combat. I'll tell you what. No, we're gonna go get that healed up. Kana was right. Someone tried to burn some papers. They must have been in a hurry because some of the papers look salvageable. You both return to your apartment and try to decipher the notes. I really, really don't want to deal with cut arm Sainu. What is Kana? She's minus damage, right? Yeah, received -1 damage. Anything to say? Kana looks at you, waiting. Alright, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's gonna cost 2 funds to heal her arm. Watch, I'm gonna run into an enemy encounter, but there is a chance we can get through this investigation without fighting, and then we can see if we can make some funds, because I really don't want to be at 0 funds. That's so weird. Your neighbor was really into eels, it seems. You begin to wonder if spying on your neighbor was a good idea to begin with. Got the burnt notes. Legend from the prefecture eels tell of a small village of robbers who would kill all visitors and dump their corpses into a lake full of eels. Eels of the prefecture would lay their eggs inside a human what? God dang, I hate when they don't tell you. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing. You struggle to look at it. Charisma check, success! Unintimidated by the painting, it gives you new insight into the madness that possessed your friend. +5 experience. There must be something more we can learn. I'll try to break into his apartment tomorrow morning. I wonder what he's hiding in there. You shrug non-committally. You just wish you could throw this damn jar into the trash. Oh, let's go investigate the seaside real quick. The ocean is hungry. Ocean's hungry. Coast is haunted. Shit's fucked. You're stopped by a person with a knife. They look incredibly sad. It wants me, but I'm afraid I'm too much of a coward to do it myself. Can you help me? Charisma check, let's go! Charisma check failure. Unable to convince the person, you close your eyes as they jump off the cliff. They didn't even use the knife! Come on, resolve the event. Thinking about how stupid it is of Kana to try and break into your neighbor's apartment, you go to sleep. You spend the entire day waiting for Kana. Where the hell is she? Kana! Kana, where are you? You find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One metal seems particularly valuable. Well, we gotta get that shit. You break the glass window, cutting yourself a little bit in the progress. This metal isn't made of gold, but you'll be able to sell it easily. +1 funds, -1 stamina. Perfect. Next investigation, we're gonna heal up that cut arm, I knew. Kana has been missing since yesterday. You decide to check out the neighbor's apartment yourself. You cautiously enter your neighbor's kitchen. You're shocked to see countless jars filled with eels flailing around restlessly. Where the hell is Kana? I believe the bedroom. You finally find Kana. I found the neighbor, but when his eye burst, I slipped on the blood and lost consciousness. I'm afraid there's something in my own eye now, too. Oh boy, well we're about to sack almost all of our reason, but we must puncture her eye now. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh, if you're squeamish, look away. Oh, I hope I don't miss. Oh wow, it's kind of like in a square. Oh god. Ooh. Jeez, this is still probably one of the most brutal things. Oh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So disgusting. Shocked, you see countless tiny eels crawling out of your friend's eye in all directions. Will Kana even survive the blood loss? You rush to the hospital with Kana, getting a lot of attention from horrified people. Your friend is taken immediately to the operating theater, and you collapse on a chair in the waiting area. Fall asleep. Wake up, dude! You've been sleeping for over 3 hours! You groggily open your eyes to see your friend. Kana is wearing an eye patch. Not so pretty anymore, eh? I couldn't exactly tell the doctors the truth about what happened, and I'm pretty sure I won't be winking with my left eye anytime soon. But thank you for saving my life. Continue. You're still processing the events of the previous night. Corpse-eating eels that lay their eggs in eyes? Sitting with your friend Kana before your apartment building, you watch the police officers emptying out your neighbor's place. Ending A. And we get Kana for doing Ending A, which is so useful. -2% Doom, plus 45 experience, which is nice. Not enough for a level up, but we're almost there. Arcane Storm. Local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented Aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. Okay. So that was pretty solid for the start. Oh god, I forgot that we're doing this. Okay. -1 strength, slower combat actions. I'm not risking that. We can't escape combat because of, Spider God. So let's go for -3 stamina, +1 funds. We'll save that for later, once the bosses are taken care of. -1 charisma, +5% doom. Yeah, I'll do that. We implanted a second human heart into us. Nice! You know what? All things considered, if you can make a second human heart work in your body, you're probably a certified genius. It's a shame she's also insane. Anyone outside? There she is. Hey! Oh, I forgot if you click, it takes you back. Alright. So we got... That one's easy. I'm literally just gonna kill Shiro-san. Spoilers, Shiro-san's not gonna survive. So that one we can save. Thaumaturgy teacher, I really want to do. I have no idea how this investigation's gonna go. School scissors, I don't want to do right now because of my low reason. Contagious coma is also a boss battle. That's the thing. 3 of these end in boss battles. So I guess we'll do the botanist, because at least I know I can end the botanist without taking damage. Your neighbor asked you to help. Her husband, Shiro-san, has gone missing. She is worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. Where is he? And why would he need so much fertilizer? Shiro-san, what the fuck, dude? You got the business card of the gardening company where the missing man was working. Maybe some of his colleagues could tell you something useful. Oh, wait, before I do anything. Enter the hospital. Go to the doctor's office. Patch that up. Ooh, stable condition. That's nice. We can just get rid of that. Okay, with the cut arm sinew out of the way, because we're probably going to fight something soon. I can feel it in my bones. Let's go investigate. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without even saying goodbye. In a recent letter, he apologized for the disappearance and asked you to remove the furniture from his flat because he wanted to sell it. In the envelope, you find a key to his apartment. Strength check, success! You find another letter behind a wardrobe. It explains that the reason your friend left was that shadow people were stalking him. You shudder when you realize you haven't seen the moving company truck's driver's face. Hey man, he's just, he's not facing the sun right now. You don't gotta be weird like that, Mimi. Shiro's son has always been a weirdo, but he's good at what he does. Last month, he ordered a pack of experimental fungicide from Tokyo. I think I've seen the dispatch order with an address somewhere, the old man says. Help me move this dirt and I'll look for it. Fair enough. Man, I feel like leveling up is really slow for right now. You can hear a faint sobbing sound coming from an alley nearby. There, you approach a man on his knees. When you take a step closer, he suddenly stops and perks up. You can hear the nauseating sound of tearing skin. It's glued corpse! Oh, he does -1 all damage. That's not bad for now. So I can do a guaranteed 8 damage per turn, which is definitely not enough. And I'm guessing I just don't, I don't have the dexterity to be dodging a whole lot, so we can get, oh, that takes up a lot too for 2 damage. I guess if you have a lot of allies, order your allies to attack probably does a lot. So I don't think I can brace against 1 damage. I'm pretty sure I'll still take the hit. So how about we focus on this? Let's see if this works. Oh man, I missed that hit. Okay. That's fine. We can do 2 rounds of 8 damage and we'll be out of here. 1 more. And this should give me enough EXP to level up, so we'll get that reason back real quick. Yeah, look at that. Not enough EXP. Uh-oh. While the dispatch order is stained with a foul-smelling liquid, you think you can make out the address. At least parts of it. The house is somewhere in the nearby forest. Copy that. Let's go, Kana. You stand in the middle of the field, frozen in terror. A rip in our reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just the illusion. I don't have enough reason to question my sanity, so let's enter the portal. You and the figure get closer to the portal, ready to swap places. Where are you? Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Let's level up real quick before I do something I regret. Defeating an enemy regains 2 reason, extra damage against human enemies, +1 luck. We're gonna do first aid and we're gonna get some of our reason back because we're probably about to blow it on this. Parasitic stars looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well? Enter the destroyed temple? Perception check, failure. Inside a decaying nave, you find a keepsake from the ancient world. Countless skeletons and corpses have shriveled in the arid air. Did we get the item at least? It said we found a keepsake. I guess not. Whatever. Now we gotta find where Shiro-san is. No! Oh, not this. Putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. Seeing the big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous. Alright, if we don't take care of the bite, it's gonna affect our stats. Oh, we can heal minor injuries for free at the school nurse, though, so we should be fine. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of a ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it? Strength check, success. You manage to see some of the faces and hear the names of the group, +5 EXP. It's gotta be this corner. While wandering through the woods, you discover strange carvings on one of the trees, and, by the look of them, they were made recently. Could they be connected with the current mystery? Try to decipher the signs. Knowledge check, failure. You can't tell what the strange symbols mean. Wandering aimlessly in this forest, it will take some time before you pick up the trail again. +2% doom. This corner has gotta be. Oh no. A wet splash behind you makes you stop. You slowly turn around to see a young girl sluggishly walking in your direction. In her eyeball, there's a swarm of disgusting worms. One of them falls to the floor with a wet splash. Ah, gross. Oh, get her out of here. Not the infested girl. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do 8 damage a turn. That's not gonna be enough to defeat her though, huh? Yeah, there's a chance that I might land both of these hits. Hey, look at that. Okay. We ended up not taking too much damage. It's gotta be this corner. It's gonna be the last tile I hit. I could already tell. Parasitic organism burrows under the bark, undulating slowly. Knowledge check. Success. All nearby trees are connected underground. The main branch leads east. You make a mental note to avoid the region. Continues to walk in the forest. Finally, after what felt like hours of following the dirt road, you find the old mansion. It's completely overgrown with plants you've never seen before. In front of the mansion, there's the gardening company minivan filled with boxes. Slowly, you enter the building with caution. You stand in the middle of the room when suddenly the floor gives away. You fall down to the basement. Falling through the hole in the floor, you find yourself in an overgrown basement. In the corner lies a man you recognize. It's Shiro-san, the missing gardener. You must help him escape this cursed place. Ah, yeah, we're on that, Shiro-san. Yep, let's get out of here, guy. Let's just keep going. Don't worry about the plants attacking you, Shiro-san. It's fine. Come on, old man. We're gonna get out of here. It's perfectly fine. I wouldn't let you die. Certainly not because you have a fungus in your brain or anything. Not at all. Oh, I think, guys, I think Shiro-san died. You've defeated Shiro-san. I like that. Vines whip you, covering your exposed skin in deep lacerations. You cry in pain, dropping the body of Shiro-san. There's no way you'll be able to save him. With a heavy heart, you run, leaving the man you were supposed to protect behind. Whatever. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be the radio mast failure. That doesn't do anything as far as I'm aware. I still have no idea what that specific event is. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Alright, Mimi, how are we gonna fuck ourselves up this time? Minus 10 chance to all combat actions. Minus 3 max stamina, plus 1 funds. Well, we're already, so our max stamina right now is 13 and we're at 7. This won't affect us in any way. Might as well. Plus 1 funds? Heck yeah. And is the spider bite still just a little bite? Yeah, we'll be able to cure that then. Go in here. Get some stamina back. Look at that. Looking good. I think this would be the best time to attempt Tragic Tale of the Thaumaturgy Teacher, because I know what to expect from these two mysteries. I don't know what to expect here, and this is the best our stats are looking at the moment. 2B used to be one of the most outstanding classes in the school, at least before their teacher's disappearance. Her replacement glides through the school, entrancing all those around her with soft voice and calming, emotionless eyes. Now, she stands at the front of the class, scribbling occult symbols in chalk and hissing lessons about the old gods. The children no longer play, but sit in their seats until dark, chanting along, learning of their eldritch masters and preparing to serve them. Investigate this mystery. This is going to be a fun one, I can tell. Following a rumor, you visit the house of a schoolgirl who acted really strange in class. The girl's parents sit crying in the living room and fearfully point you upstairs. Alright, we'll get to that, but first, the school nurse is going to cure us for free. Younger students are afraid of her. Why?
Sorry, dear. A patient is here. I'll call you back,
says the nurse as she's eyeing you up.
How can I help you today?
All your minor injuries are treated. Look at that. We got it taken care of. What is the downside to the nurse, I'm wondering? There has to be something. Maybe she increases doom a little higher than normal events? It looks like we have to investigate downtown twice to get the optional thing for this. Let's do it. Let's go investigate downtown twice. Say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on this street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to this tale? Spend the night here. Strength check. Success. You wait the entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but nothing happens. You're relieved it's just a rumor. Alright, what else does downtown got for me? The investigation is starting to take a toll on your health. You feel like you're about to fall asleep standing up. How do you address your weakened state? Take a nap. The world may be falling apart, but you really needed that. +1 stamina, +1 reason, +2% doom. We're under 40%, so I'm not worried about doom, I just can't be running it up too high. Climbing a tree, you get a better view of the class. Weird schematics of some portal drawn on the blackboard could help in the future. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Now let's go investigate the mission proper. Following the agonized screams, you discover a man with a horribly disfigured arm. Something murky and crystalline seems to be explode out from the bone and up through his skin, his muscles spasming in pain. He pleads with you to help. It sure is a good thing you found him. If we had the Dusty Grimoire, we could get something. Amputate the limb, perform surgery. Let's amputate the limb? As you explain what must be done, the man's face pales, but he agrees. You take his tie and use it as a tourniquet, and give him a roll of bandages to bite down on. Then, finally, you proceed with the amputation. There's a lot of screaming. You spend some time with the man to ensure that he doesn't go into shock. Despite his immense pain, he's grateful for your help. +5% doom, but +2 reason that we didn't need. I'll take anything over a negative. She sits in her bedroom in a blood-stained uniform, a dead rat lying in her hands. No! She murdered a rat, everybody. We're gonna have to kill this girl. Asked why she killed it, she just grins. Oh, she's fucked up. Oh no, this is for Remy. I can't handle this. This is some rat slander. The telephone sounds and multiple voices are too loud for you to ignore. When you enter the apartment, everything turns silent. Not the gossip junkie. Oh, 1 reason isn't bad. And look at that. We can potentially land hits without having to rely on winding up. And I can do 3 of them in a row. Okay. Yeah, this is already turning a little bit better for us. Nice. Another lead. The former teacher of the class may prove more useful. Knocking on their door, however, gets you no answer. Just subtle chittering behind the door. More rats! This is a rat type of investigation. I'm feeling it. Our master is coming, and we all can bask in its glory. Not the magician. This guy kind of stinks. He ain't got nothing on us. 1 second. We'll just cut up his face a couple times. Oh no, Mimi, you can't miss. That's not part of the plan. 6 damage really isn't enough. We're gonna go for the basic attacks again. Man, this guy stinks. I hate fighting him. Let's get him out of here. The little boy from the school has been attacked by his classmates. Yeah, but what happened about the chittering behind the door? What was that about? Wait, we went all the way to that other teacher's house, and then we're like, I hear rat noises. I ain't doing it. This is a weird investigation. Walking through the hospital corridor, you're stopped by an older man with a cast on his leg. Could you help me go down these stairs? Please don't open up your cask and show me your witch's cauldron of a leg. Dexterity check, success! Oh, with 3 dex? You tell me I rolled lower than a 3? It takes you some time, but you successfully help the man and bring him a wheelchair. He thanks you and smiles. +10 EXP. You find him in the hospital covered in bites. Just what is... rat bites! He's covered in bites! This is a rat mission. Just what is with this whole summoning that he speaks of between his sobs? We summoned Biggie Cheese, and he wasn't friendly. Not at all. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. No, I'm good. I got no injuries. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. And we have a level up. And we're at max stats, so we're going to immediately plop that into knowledge. Fast learner. I don't like relying on fast learner. I just don't think it's worth it. But folklore studies, that puts us up to 10 knowledge now. We should be hitting hard in combat. With no other ideas, you decide to wait outside the school itself. We just went and did a whole bunch of investigation, only to decide that this is the best option. A tall woman with an unsettling face and twitching lips stops you. I'll be your new biology teacher. Could you help me move some stuff to my new office? Yeah, let's help her. Luck check. Success. The creepy substitute teacher hands you some old books to carry. Among the mundane titles, you find one called Extinction of Mankind. You shudder, feeling the teacher's gaze on your back. It's her favorite. The faint chanting doesn't stop, and no one enters or leaves the building. Alright, let's investigate further. Impossible angles and seemingly moving lines make your head spin. You know, I need to get the Ikumi ally just to see this. I don't think I've ever seen what happens if you have her, because that's such a very, very specific requirement. Stare in disbelief. How is this possible? -1 reason. You hear a scream coming from the school. It's time to enter. Alright, how does this investigation end? This is the first time for me too, I'm excited. You sneak in through a window and skulk across the shadowy corridors. All the classrooms have emptied out. Peering into one, you spot the corpse of a teacher nailed to the chalkboard. Shaking, you approach it. Oh god. You spot an odd bulge protruding from his stomach. That's just his gun. She's got a bit of a beer belly. Don't be mean. It writhes against your fingers as you probe it. I don't like that picture. Didn't we did the side objective. What the hell? Prepare for combat. Suddenly, the teacher's chest rips apart, showering the classroom with gore. From within, a child coated in meat and intestines leaps out, screeching with joy. Gore-covered student. Oh my god. Didn't we we got something. Can I not use it in here either? Okay, whatever the side objective was, I have no idea what it did, but this is really creepy. There we go. So we can prep attack and do a couple 8 damage. She's only going to do 1 stamina, so that's fine. Seems like a really weak boss. I mean, I'll take it. Resolve combat. As you near... Oh, it's not over yet. As you near the gym hall, the chanting and rhythmic drums grow louder, threatening to intoxicate you. As you creak the door open and stifle a scream, the entire school is gathered around a huge portal surrounded by black candles. From within, the bellowing of the beast being summoned echoes. The teacher stands at the front, covered in a purple robe, her true form revealed. Oh! Oh, no! We're fighting the entire school. What is that? Maybe if you defeat them, the horror will end. So we can attack the teacher. It's just a big gate. It's just a giant portal. Don't think about it too hard. It's just a big old portal. Don't look at it too hard. Let's try to attack the teacher. See if that works. Can I do anything else? No. You attack the teacher, dealing 10 damage. Nice! Let's keep attacking the teacher, then. I don't like that noise. Also, this thing is only doing 1 doom damage, so this isn't actually hurting me in any way to fight. Okay, 1 more hit and the teacher should be down. You've defeated Shiokawa's school. Plus 29 EXP. It's just a school. It's just a Hellgate opening. Twitch, please. With her dying scream, the teacher throws herself into the portal. Her vicious master shows no mercy. You hear it devour her before the connection shuts. The confused children lie on the ground crying. Thanks to you, however, they are safe. We got ending A. I wonder how ending B works. I feel like the side objective, it said something about the chalk on the board. I wonder if we needed an item to mess with the school board, and then maybe it would have changed the outcome. Like, maybe the demon wouldn't have been summoned. We'll have to try for ending B at some point. Not bad. We got a lot of good stats back. That was pretty, I like that investigation. I really like the concept of the final boss of the investigation. That is probably some of the most intense imagery I've seen in this game outside of popping Kana's eyeball. That was I don't like to think about what would have popped out of that Hellgate. Weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. That's okay, I'm perfectly fine. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Okay, we gotta choose another hit to our stats. Fail all event checks? No. -2 knowledge, -1 incoming damage. We did just use a level up to increase our knowledge a bunch, so yeah, we'll go for that one. We are now lobotomized, have 2 hearts. sold our kidney, and cut off our kneecap. Mimi, we're doing it. We're winning. And look at that, another level up. So we got anatomy class. Extra damage against human enemies. What is the last investigations I have? Anatomy class wouldn't be that useful. We'll go for the perception and we'll re-up our knowledge. There we go. Our stats aren't too terrible right now. I'm gonna do the spine-chilling story of School Scissors because I want to have access to the city for the final mission. Going into here, depending on how we ended this, it would be really risky to enter the school and not have, like a backup. Spine-chilling story of School Scissors. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it, a terrible woman has returned from the grave. A woman with the widest smile. And the sharpest scissors. You know your friend was up to something when he left you this notebook full of cryptic notes. I can send her back where she belongs, he claimed. After he too disappeared, you decided to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that claims to stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? So always access your storage to get the friend's diary. This will tell you what you need to do. I'm pretty sure the final ending that I'm missing for this investigation is on timeline B, and it requires you to know the correct orders of bows and claps. So we can try that later. Check out the school lockers. So you need the tiny key for this locker. I don't even remember what's in here. This locker will do damage to you. This locker gives you a baseball bat, which we don't need, and I'm going to immediately sell for money. Nice. Let's explore the school. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Oh, cursed signs. Oh my god. Out of anything we could have gotten, we got the best one. We're not casting spells. We don't believe in magic over here. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must find those items. Let's keep exploring. Kana's still with us. I forgot we had Kana with us. A weird bubbling sound lures you to the dark shower room. On the floor, you find a swimsuit thrown over a grotesque leathery coil. Wait, that's not a coil. It's Drain Swimmer! She, I don't get this one. I do not get this enemy at all. So we can throw in 4 okayish attacks, or we can prep and... Or I think it was 3. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. We'll do 3 hits. It's a lot less risky this way. Oh, we can only prep 2 attacks. Okay. So what if we did that, and then... Yeah, there we go. This should do it. Look at that. Easy peasy. You find an additional page from your friend's diary. Seems that the blessed chalk was left on the roof. You must hurry and find it. Yeah, but let's peek outside real quick. Who is it? Oh, it's Pizza Pete. Oh, I love Pizza Pete. Oh, he's a little shy. He doesn't want to talk right now. All right, back to exploring the school. Something is wrong. Instead of a clear blue sky, you see the bloated corpse of a long-forgotten deity looming over the school's roof. The barrier between worlds is coming apart. You must hurry or risk being noticed by whatever other Eldritch Being horrors still lurk there. I think this is a dex check, but let's try to sneak. Dexterity check failure. Oh, he just doubled my cursed signs. Okay. And gave us a healthy bonus to our EXP. You raise your head in time to see Athioloth's single eye glaring down at you. You scream as your mind is flooded with forbidden knowledge and your skin is etched with ancient runes and curses. Yeah, but he just gave us another thing of cursed signs, so, thanks, sucker. You found the blessed chalk, which you can use to draw the sigil in your ritual. You copy the sigil as best you can on the blackboard. Hopefully it'll be enough. And it's upside down triangle. Kind of looks like a cocktail glass or like a martini. So it's upside down triangle and then that. Is that correct? I mean, that triangle is way lower, but this looks correct to me. Let's just see if there's a lower... Well, okay, maybe it's the star? No, it's definitely an upside down triangle. That's the only upside down triangle, so I hope we don't mess it up. Let's keep exploring now. You enter the kitchen. Even though it's abandoned and the lights are off, something is cooking in the large pot. You don't like the smell of it. Look for a first aid kit. Knowledge check, failure. Can't find the first aid kit anywhere. Could it have been moved somewhere else? I'll always pick that one just because even if you fail the knowledge check, you don't take a deficit. The sound of scissors is getting louder. You must hurry. Mimi, you got this. You're just doubly cursed. Wait, why is it so suddenly dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Let's run from the window. And of course, it was a dex check. You run from the window. Faint whispers coming from the smog itself will haunt you for weeks. -2 reason. That's okay. You found the holy candles in your friend's backpack. You lit them as instructed by the notebook. Everything is ready for the ritual. Let's perform that ritual. Wait, what's that? Who is it? Oh, who is it? Hey, you don't have to knock. Hey, you don't have to knock. I'm coming to get the door. Jesus. You take a step back as the writhing amorphous mass slowly takes shape. Soon, it becomes a tall, woman-like creature with 3 faces, all connected by a wide smile. Now it is your chance to fight and defeat this horror. It is also your only chance. Thanks, no pressure. Twisting and twitching, the demon woman enters the classroom, cackling menacingly.
Am I beautiful?
-1 all damage. Having Kana has been so useful. I just realized all of these encounters would have been 2 damage, but Kana is literally dropping it down to 1, being an absolute legend of a companion. I'm not even worried about taking hits necessarily here. Can I boost twice? Yeah, let's do that. Then do that. Boost into a normal hit. And then finish her off with a heavy dose to the head. Bam! Easy peasy. The ancient horror lies dead on the classroom floor, slowly dissolving into nothingness. You find your friend, gravely wounded but alive. You help him up. And both of you limp away from the school as the police sirens get louder. Scissors Woman is gone for good. Or is she? You shudder, knowing the urban legend will inspire another kid in another city to try and summon the eldritch being. Nice. And we got a level up out of that. Extra nice. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around the downtown area. The police are hopeless. What else is new? It's the outdoorsman, leadership. I'll take the extra charisma, and we'll pump a point back into our knowledge. We don't actually need to heal our stats, because the bathtub hasn't been filled with black goo yet. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Alright, Mimi, this is the last time we're gonna fuck ourselves up. -1 perception. No, I don't want to. You random injury each mystery, +2 kick damage. That's fine, we only have 1 mystery left anyways, and we might be able to heal the injury. +2 kick damage could be really funny too, you never know. Let's go bathe. We have an easy way of getting reason back, so let's just get the stamina back. Alright, 1 more investigation. Curious case of a contagious coma. Oh god, we got exposed ribs. We gotta go heal that immediately. -20% max stamina is not fun. More and more people fall unconscious. How did you do that, Mimi? How did you just magically have exposed ribs? What are you hiding? She's like, I'm fine. Look at me. I'm having a great time. More and more people fall unconscious and cannot be awakened. People who try to wake the patients up only end up falling into a coma themselves. A whole wing of the town's hospital has been dedicated to warding the comatose. Is there anything connecting these people? And how did the strange illness start? Okay, so I'm going to go for the fight ending. So let's investigate the village choice. As you walk through the village, crops waver in the breeze, following your every movement. -2 reason. Okay, game. I get it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You can't stop me. As you glance around, you notice that more and more people are wearing strange masks, unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that some also wear these eerie masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. I think they're preparing for something is the best answer here. A sense of dread creeps over you, as the masked people are swarming through the store, filling their carts with food and survival equipment. You notice the goods' prices have already skyrocketed. You realize that you need to act fast if you want to have any chance of survival. -2 funds. Oh. The old man from a village hands you a package. This should help you understand the illness. And we got the dust of seeing. Can I sell that for money? I totally could if I wanted to, just saying. Let's rest, honestly. We can afford to rest once. 8 isn't terrible for max stamina, I just have to be really careful. Let's check the news reports about this weird disease and try to find the cause before more people fall asleep. Getting access to the student database would certainly speed up your investigation, but the receptionist would never allow it. If only there was a way to make her go away for a while. Needs the Kazuma Nakawa ally. Don't have her, so let's talk. Charisma check, failure. You weren't able to convince the receptionist to let you access the database. This has been a waste of time. Reports mention a patient 0. Who could they be? Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. Let's take her home. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Plus 10 EXP, -2 stamina. We're gonna keep going for now. Oh, I didn't read the thing. Uh-oh. I've only done this investigation like 80 times, though, to be fair. Walking through the hospital corridor, you hear disgusting slurping sounds coming from a closet. Oh, it's a bloodsucker. It's a vampire. Yeah, get him out of here. Oh, holy crap. We can one round her. No. It's going to take 2 rounds, but that's fine. Whatever. Get out of here. Maybe I should rest again? I'm kind of tempted to rest again. You've got their name and address. Let's get out of here. Investigate the hospital. Pale woman wearing a nurse outfit stops you. Today we are running a blood drive to help those in need. You look healthy. Would you be so kind to help the community? Make an excuse. You make an excuse and leave the disappointed nurse behind. -1 reason. I'll take it. Patient Zero's house seems empty. You should search it carefully. Man, I have completely forgotten the enemies I fought. This is gonna be rough if it asks. You're pleasantly surprised to meet your old friend while waiting for a train. She's undoubtedly changed a lot since you've last seen her. These days, she's moderating a web forum dedicated to the paranormal. Maybe she knows something useful? Let's try to fail the chat. Oh. Charisma check, success. In between conspiracy theories and Bigfoot sightings, you hear a worrying rumor about an old god slowly awakening to rule the earth once again. Could this be the reason for the recent horrific events? Plus 5 EXP, -1 reason. That's okay, I'll take it. That man dabbled in magic. You found a journal, describing a certain village and instructions for a summoning ritual. Seems that he tried to contact an entity from the dream realms. There's better ways to get a hold of Mike Tyson. Sudden growl, coming from behind a corner, makes you stop. Ghoul? It's a ghoul! Oh god, get it out of here, I don't like it. No more ghoul. Could've called it scary person. Looks like a scary person. That's fine. I'm gonna rest again. Let's rest again real quick. Swallow the painkillers. Your phone, your best friend, and talk about unrelated stuff. Yeah, 6 stamina should be okay. The quarantine wing is guarded closely. You must find a way to sneak through. Let's investigate the hospital. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. That's fine. There it is. Let's hope you find an answer here. You've managed to sneak through the floor while avoiding the police and finally reach the quarantine wing, where all the coma patients were brought in. Their pulses are slowly weakening and their blood pressure dropping. You must hurry. Let's use the dust of seeing. Following the old man's advice, you throw the dust of seeing in the air. It reveals weird elongated monsters hanging from the ceiling, one above every bed. Each creature is connected to a patient with an undulating tendril. As you try to process everything, one of the disgusting creatures raises its head and looks in your direction. Prepare yourself. The creature causing the contagious coma plaguing your town has taken notice of you. You must defend yourself or perish. He's gonna do 1 all damage. Once again, we are just rocking it right now with the our ability to survive this. So I have 6 rounds I can go with him, and we can potentially do 16 damage per round if we land it. 85% chance to hit isn't terrible, as we miss 2 of the attacks. Nice. Okay, so now instead of that, we're gonna mitigate our losses and perform attacks that I know will hit. We should be fine. Yeah, look at that. All right, let's finish this up proper. Get out of here, monster. The creature's severed body falls on the floor and starts melting, slowly. The remaining part slithers back into the now closing hole in the ceiling. You manage to catch a glimpse of the other side. The sight of the other side makes you fall to your knees. It wasn't the creature's body that you'd managed to cut off. It was merely a finger. Shaken, you snake out of the hospital. One thing is certain, though. It's the end of this weird illness. Curious case of a contagious coma, ending A. That should be enough for another level up. That's what I was banking on getting. Oh, do I have to do this still? I got, like, locked into this. What the hell? -1 perception, 10% chance. Yeah, I'll do it. I guess we had to do it one more time. That's fine. Price hike. Preparing for the worst. Everything is harder for you to blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. We got all of our keys. Quick thinking. Plus dex. Plus luck. We'll take the plus dex, but I don't think it's going to help us out here. Go back to our house real quick. Take that key. Go bathe, Mimi. You deserve it. Get her stamina back a little bit. If I open this again, is it going to make me? No. Okay. That is rough. We're looking really bad right now. So just to go over it again, Mimi has lobotomized herself, injected saline into her eyeball, implanted a second human heart, sold her kidney, cut off her kneecap, and grafted bear claws to her toes. Why is she like this is exactly right. Look at her. Hey, can a woman have hobbies? Does the second human heart make her stronger? What does the second human heart do? -1 charisma, plus 5% doom. No, it makes her freakier to talk to. You could probably see both of them beating in her chest, I would guess. Alright, we got all of our keys. Let's try to finish this. The lighthouse could still end me in a fucking second. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. Multiple padlocks prevent you from entering the building. You need 5 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have enough time to rest once. This is the best our stats are going to be going further up. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things: that whoever, or whatever, is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run away from this place as far and as fast as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Start climbing. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by a metal gate. The tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you will power up the gate. This is a knowledge check. We got it. Knowledge check. Passed. These aren't dice rolls, by the way, in the lighthouse. It's completely just checking to see if your stats are up to snuff. I think they need to be 7 or higher, but don't quote me on that. You're about to grab the rods when you notice the dials and buttons. You toy with them for a bit before adjusting both voltage and current, so it's safe for you to grab them. With a buzz, the gate opens. Let's continue up. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. This one, unfortunately, needs a light source. We're going to take a reason hit here. You decide to brave the veil. You finally emerge a while later, safe. You can't, however, explain the blasphemous whispers you heard. Let's continue climbing. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. A cable that should be powering it is currently disconnected. The power box itself is covered in a weird, moist goo. Just inhaling the fumes makes your eyes itch and water. But to power the gate, you'll need to disconnect a faulty plug. Strength check, I think? Strength check failure, yeah. You're surprised at how much effort it takes to disconnect the faulty plug. As you force it, the weird goo burns your fingers. Finally, you manage to separate the faulty plug and connect the proper cable. With a buzz, the gate opens. -3 stamina. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by numerous glass shards and knives. Find a switch? Not enough dexterity. You can feel the sharp glass ripping your flesh as you search for the switch. Finally, you grab a cable and follow it with your bleeding fingers until you find a button. With a buzz, the gate opens. Oh god, I'm actually really nervous. Oh no! Following the winding staircase, you are... Stop! Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, the more you discover you can't remember any of them except one. It's like the title of the second mystery you investigated. If this was the enemies again, I was actually going to scream. I'm really bad at remembering what enemies I fought, but I know for a fact that we went eerie episode of Evolving Eels, bizarre brood of blood-curdling botanist, tragic tale of a teacher, and a spine-chilling story of school scissors, which means the answer is... correct. You rip the newspaper clipping of a case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it and, with a buzz, the gate opens. And with that, we have successfully won Mimi's little project. What is, I'm guessing, the hardest challenge mode in the game right now. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? Not at all. Not at all. We did it! As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You manage to stop the ritual awakening, the Eldritch Old God. But what's done is done. It'll stir in its slumber again and again, until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now. We did it! Yeah, let's pat ourselves on the back. We are the best. We did it, everybody. Look at that. Difficulty True Believer. We got 3 new achievements. We apparently encountered 12 new enemies, which doesn't seem right at all, but... Oh, I mean, I guess we did. We did it! Oh my god, we did it. 3 whole achievements. So let's go see what we unlocked for doing those ones. We did this one, which gets Holy Glyphs, which is a spell. Interesting. I believe we did... Yeah, win a playthrough on the hard difficulty unlocks the small candle item. Interesting. Yeah, let's go is correct. And what else did we get? Find the missing girl. Endless mode. I'm actually not sure what the final achievement we got is. Maybe just for beating the game enough. Find an outer entity. 50 achievements. Okay. Not bad. I'm not sure what the final one is, but we did it. We beat it. I'm really excited. Let me go grab some water real quick and we're going to keep playing World of Horror. Alright, I was honestly getting like really nervous and near the end of that run, so I needed to get some water to rehydrate. I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. That's awesome. That's really cool that we managed to do it. There are other challenge modes and we will play them, but let's just do a customized playthrough. I still haven't won as, what's her name? Moriko, I think is her name. City of Shiikawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth aeons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you've finally arrived in the doomed town. Oh hey, we got a new character, actually. Oh, Jesus. We unlocked, Yuri Okusawa. Oh. Okay. I thought this was one of the new characters from 1.0, but I guess it's not, because I do remember the weird spirit behind her. Let's listen to that sound effect again, by the way. Creepy. I don't like it. Let's play as her since we unlocked a new character. Something terrible is stalking Yuri, and with each passing day, its presence is getting nearer and nearer. Plus perception, minus dexterity, starts with family curse. Okay. We're gonna do... I did say I wanted to do timeline B for something, but now I completely forgot what that was, so... We're gonna do the ill-fated, which means we fail every event check, but we don't have to, but I'd like to do it because clearing this will unlock another backstory. So we're gonna do timeline A on an easier difficulty because I don't need to play on the hardest difficulty anymore. With our new character, Yuri. Let's try this out. Or Yuri, one of the two. Let's go. Let's see what we got. There are more old gods to unlock. I wonder what it's going to take to unlock some of them. So, let's do... I feel like I don't do Goizo enough. And I know Goizo ended our run yesterday, but I think we can put this goofy gaffster to bed. Banished to the other dimension a long time ago, Goizo has found a way to... He just sounds like a dumb clown name. Has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through reflective glass. The glimpses behind your reflections are just the beginning of a real nightmare. Okay. Ah, Jerry, she already looks really terrified. You were born under a bad moon. All event skill checks automatically fail. We got on the run. Until the horror catches you, leveling up costs 50 experience less. Okay, okay. I recognize the character. I don't think I ever played as them before, before the save file failed. Oh, I didn't want to go to the lighthouse. So, what we got? Test of will, +2 knowledge, +2% doom. Escapee, +2 dexterity, +2 doom. These are really interesting perks. She has a lower dexterity than she has knowledge, so we'll do that. And then, actually, I'm going to pump a point into knowledge, too. I'd like for everything on her stats to be, like, average, so we have a better chance of winning rolls. Does Escapee have any flavor text? Jeez. Oh, that's on the run. There we go. No, it doesn't say anything. I wonder what's up with her. Let's go to our house and organize everything the way we want it. I'm actually going to drop the... No, the school nurse is really useful. I'm going to drop the schoolyard for the library. Because I vaguely remember something involving the library. You check your mailbox. The horror is slowly getting closer. What? Uh-oh. I don't like that. Oh, she looks so sad. Man, what happened? Use to gain a random spell. Lose 1 to 2 reason. How about we gain that random spell? Flesh regrowth. +3 stamina, -2. Okay, that's not terrible. Take a nice bath. Get some EXP back. What outfits does she... Oh, she doesn't have a whole lot of outfits. I'm kind of feeling the weird, like, spooky Halloween sweater. But I also like the jacket. I think we're going to go with the jacket. What's on the TV? Once a year, a ramen shop appears where there was once an alleyway. The ramen sold inside is made from its former patrons, but can cure any health problem. Should you be reporting on that? That feels like something you should probably go to the police about, not just, Oh, what the hell? This is a... Jerry, I'm sorry. This is going to be bad. This is going to be a real bad time. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. So we got... Oh, Tragic Tale of the Thaumaturgy Teacher again. Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival. Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen. And Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms. Let's start with that one. That's an easy mission. Alarming Account of Abnormal Arms. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed, with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found, and the apartment remained vacant. The door to her apartment was closed, and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can get the apartment plans to compare with other flats? Yeah, but we're gonna investigate the hospital choice. Oh, I need to get a weapon. I forgot most characters don't start with weapons. Someone has been branding the patients with occult symbols. Branded, like cattle. Are they preparing a feast for their eldritch masters? Plus 4% due. So she kind of doesn't excel in any stat. Let's just see what weapons the dog might have on him then. What do you got, buddy? He doesn't have any weapons. But the compass is really good. If you get the compass super early, plus 2 EXP for each investigated location can add up really fast. So if you can get the compass as soon as you start a session, I would recommend it. You can use the flashlight as a blunt weapon. Honestly, I wish. I don't know if you can actually do that or not in-game, but obviously in real life it'd make more sense. I think you just equip it as a item, though, unfortunately. Gain a random spell, lose 1 to 2 reason. Oh, we can just gain as many spells as we want from the library notes. Wow, immersion is broken! I'm sorry to tell you, flashlights in this world, unfortunately, are not for fighting. They're only for random checks. Unlike the real world, where people are constantly bludgeoning each other with flashlights. What do we get this time? Enthrallment? Gain an additional follower at the cost of 4 reason? Heck yeah, let's use it. We got a Sato. Let go. Gain 2 spells. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, we got Enthrallment again. Nice. And Memory Extract. Plus 2 reason at the cost of 2 EXP. Cast a spell. Now we have Reiko. Completing a mystery grants 1 funds. That's not bad. We just kind of ran through a bunch of magic to get to this. But we still have more than enough reason for the difficulty we're on. Investigate the hospital again. Stop by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. We have no wounds. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. The Anatomical Museum Archive displays a specimen with elongated arms and jellified bones. Minus 1 reason. Man... Reiko, or not Reiko, what are you? You're Yuri / Jury. She's so sweaty. She's so sweaty, even on her little chibi sprite, she's sweaty. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack nearby. Why is she always sweating? I think it's because she's being chased by the horror. Whatever the horror is over here. She seems to be in constant panic of whatever the fuck is going on. Take her home. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Plus 10 EXP, minus 2 stamina. That's okay. What is it? On the run, yeah. Until the horror catches you, leveling up costs 50 experience less. It's getting closer. I don't know what she did, but she aggravated something. And now I'm stuck controlling her. The apartment is on the 3rd floor. There's no way somebody used the window to escape this murder scene. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice-cold water is a good idea. Yeah, cold bath. Strength check failure. Your body clearly wasn't prepared for a cold bath, and you feel a cold coming on. Minus 2 stamina. Yuri. You notice an odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through, though. Investigate the apartments. When you stop by home to pick up your lunch, you find a pile of letters in your mailbox. Oh yeah, let's read those. Luck check, failure. Staying up late investigating the current case has really increased your electricity bill. Minus 2 funds. You should interview the neighbors. Maybe you'll discover something the police missed? I mean, yeah, what are they good for, honestly? Not wanting to wait for an elevator, you decide to take the rarely used stairs. You suddenly trip, but grab the railing at the last second. When you get up to inspect what caused you to trip, you freeze in terror. It is slowly standing up. You know what? Let's try to show off getting the correct amount of bows. Nah, he's gonna do reason damage. I want to do the bows and claps, but this guy's doing a lot of reason damage per Poor thing. Oh my god, I still don't have a weapon. I just realized I still have no weapon. Give him a sever kick. And keep hitting him with that sever kick. Actually, can I into a kick? Yeah. We have no money, but at least we prevented that from happening. Oh yeah, that's right. She only needs a certain amount of EXP to level up. I forgot about that. She's got like a weird thing going on. We'll do Test of Will, so +2 knowledge, +2% doom. And then I don't really need to make her reason go up any further, so let's boost her dexterity up. And now most of our stats are 7 or 8. That's pretty solid. We just need to get charisma and strength up now. One neighbor is complaining about her missing underwear. Thank you, Panstaz, for that image. Amazing. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing. You struggle to look at it. Charisma check failure. Intimidated by the unsettling portrait, you're haunted by nightmares. Another neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. "Open up!" shouts the deep voice from behind the door. "I know you're there!" Get closer to the door and ask what's the matter. Dexterity check failure. Nice. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens and an unknown invader tries to look inside. You lurch back in shock. The man sees you and tries to get in, screaming curses the whole time. The neighbor calls the police and the attacker escapes from your apartment building. I curse you, he screams through the window. What's, Memory extract is pretty cool because it gives us some reason back, and now I'm just going to use those to get some reason back. Let's check the building plan to find out if there's a place where all the vents connect. Sounds like a solid plan. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Check the bathroom? Now let's check failure. You don't find anything. The smell of blood makes you weak. -1 stamina. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? Let's investigate the boiler room. You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Check the vent. Ah! You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide open stare of this dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing into the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key. Look at the centipedes. Oh, God, I hate bugs. And there's also just a random eyeball in here with them. Whose eyeball is that? Where'd you steal that eyeball from, buddy? Probably, what's her name? Mimi, because she actually just poured saline into it. After the police arrive, I'll little snack for later. Just a little eyeball, it gives a good popping, you know, it's like a boba. The whole building gets searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he's identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeuristic photos of the tenants. You are questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak. Oh yeah, no, the weird pictures, the arms coming out, is a gas leak. You're just hallucinating. And we got another level up. Nice. Something wrong with the tap water. It's black and oily and glistening, smelling like death. You hope it's just a temporary issue. That is really rough to get as the first town event, because now we can't heal through the bathtub. We got leadership, outdoorsman, and folklore studies. Let's do... yeah, I want to try to have average stats so that we can pass more of these checks. And as much as I want to put in on reason, let's put a point into strength. Look at that. Pretty average now. Oh, did I hit something that was knowledge? I must not have paid attention. I meant to give her a point of charisma. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Take the key. What did I hit? Leadership. Ah, yeah, I thought I did leadership, but it ended up putting a point into knowledge, it looked like. I must be tripping. I think I had 5 charisma. Don't mind me. Check that. Check outside for any spookies. It's been raining since this morning. Oh no. The bathwater sucks, so there's nothing we can do in there now. That's rough. Let's start a new mystery. Trail of a... Yeah, let's do the tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher again. 2B used to be one of the most outstanding classes in the school, at least before their teacher's disappearance. Her replacement glides through the school, entrancing all those around her with her soft voice and calming, emotionless eyes. Now, she stands at the front of the class, scribbling occult symbols in chalk and hissing lessons about the old gods. The children no longer play, but sit in their seats until dark, chanting along, learning of their eldritch masters and preparing to serve them. Oh, that sounds fine. Following a rumor, you visit the house of a schoolgirl who has acted really strange in class. The girl's parents sit crying in the living room and fearfully point you upstairs. We're gonna investigate downtown twice real quick. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone, or something, tore out his throat. Let's check his wounds for clues. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead carved an occult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. I need to remember how to get the handcuffs. There's a new achievement added that involves handcuffing a character. I would like to... I don't remember... We got them in one of our sessions. I don't remember how I got them, though. Investigate downtown again. The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. Plus 4% doom. Climbing a tree, you get a better view of the class. Weird schematics of some portal drawn on the blackboard could help in the future. Okay, maybe that just gives you the option to stab the, teacher. Let's go investigate the girl now, finally. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of sodas inside, but you could really use a drink. We might have the dexterity to pass this. No, we don't. You buy a can of off-brand soda, and when you reach for it, something inside the machine catches your hand. You have to jerk your hand out, injuring yourself. We're coughing blood. It's a minor injury, minus 2 dexterity. Okay, if it's a minor injury, then we can just go to the school nurse. Younger students are afraid of her. Why? Why are they afraid of her? Younger students just don't like her. I don't get it.
Sorry, dear. A patient is here. I'll call you back.
Says the nurse as she's eyeing you up.
How can I help you today?
All of your minor injuries are treated. Yeah, I don't see any downside to having the school nurse available. Free minor injury healing is way too useful. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. It's the same dude from last time. He's still trying to break into my apartment. I still don't have a weapon, by the way. Uh-oh. I just realized I don't have a weapon. Well, let's try to get an improvised weapon at least. Pick up an improvised weapon. Can I dodge still? Ask your ally to distract the enemy. Only if I can't dodge. I can't dodge. Let's see if the ally can distract the enemy for us. Did it work? I think they successfully... Yeah, I still have her in my party. Oh, he gave us a concussion. Minus 1 to knowledge until the end of the current mystery. Okay, so now we have a tree branch. It's a strength weapon, so that's interesting. Kicking does 2 damage, tree branch does 3 damage. So we can do 8 or we can do 9. Oh my god, he does 2 stamina damage per hit. This is gonna be rough. Alright, let's see if we can win this fight with our trusty tree branch. Nope, she doesn't want to land a single hit, I guess. Come on now, we just gotta take him out with our trusty weapon here. 4 damage. No, that wouldn't be enough. Alright, well, we took a lot of damage, but we got him out of here at least. We should get a baseball bat for beating him. Look at that. There it is. Okay. Gonna really fastly equip that baseball bat, and we're gonna sell the tree branch. No, we're gonna hold on to it. We can throw it at an enemy later. Elusive. Minus 5% doom. That's not terrible. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do a point into charisma. Look at that, we got all lucky 7s. And because we got that -5 Doom, I'm gonna use it to immediately heal up a little bit. And the game really wants me to look at the tiny key, so I'm just gonna do that so the game calms down. Another lead. The former teacher of the class may prove more useful. Knocking on their door, however, gets you no answer. Just subtle chittering behind the door, which isn't rats. I got let down. I thought it'd be rats, but it's not. As you glance around, you notice that more and more people are wearing strange masks, unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that some also wear these eerie masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. This can't be healthy! What are they protecting themselves against? You take a deep breath, and the air around you feels heavy, as if it's thick with an invisible poison. You cough, and your eyes begin to water. The world around you is not as safe as you once thought, -2 stamina. We're really hurting on health right now, but I think we'll make it. A little boy from the school has been attacked by his classmates. You find yourself in an old, unused part of the hospital. Take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of thawed remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary, where doctors determine the cause of death. Search the cabinet? Perception check failure. Something flashes in the corner of a dusty drawer. Too late. You realize it's a rusty scalpel blade and cut yourself badly. -2 stamina. Oh, man. I could use a healing item right now, but we don't have the money. Can I sell the tiny key? No, of course you can't. Can I sell the library notes? I can. Okay. Let's buy some painkillers real quick. We don't have painkillers right now. We have a scalpel. +4 stamina, -2 max reason, but it's 3 funds. Extra damage against undead enemies. Yeah, we'll use the sewing kit. Why not? Just a little minus to our charisma. You find him in the hospital covered in bites. Just what is with this whole summoning that he speaks of between sobs? Yeah, none of the investigation up to the actual finale prepare you for what the finale is. When the patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as you pass by. Let's talk to them. Charisma check, failure. You try reasoning with them to tell you what really happened, but it doesn't work. It takes 2 nurses to calm them down after they've roughed you up. Oh my god. This is not going our way. With no other ideas, you decide to wait outside the school itself. A tall woman with an unsettling face and twitching lips stops you.
I'll be your new biology teacher. Could you help me move some stuff to my new office?
Yeah, let's help her. Luck check, failure, nice. The creepy substitute teacher hands you a dusty old biological specimens. The rancid smell of formalin almost makes you drop the jar. Should fetuses have so many legs? -2 stamina. Nothing better than being dying. The faint chanting doesn't stop and no one enters or leaves the building. Oh my god, I'm going to die. That pair has been following you since this morning. You finally managed to lose them, but can't shake the feeling that it'll only get worse. -2 stamina. You hear a scream coming from the school. It's time to enter. Let's investigate the weird classroom. You sneak in through a window and skulk across the shadowy corridors. All the classrooms have emptied out. Peering into one, you spot the corpse of a teacher nailed to the chalkboard. Shaking, you approach it. You spot an odd bulge protruding from his stomach. It writhes against your fingers as you probe it. Prepare for combat. Suddenly, the teacher's chest rips apart, showering the classroom with gore. From within, a child coated in meat and intestines leaps out, screeching with joy. Oh, it's the gore-covered student. Okay, if they aren't going to do any... Oh, this is so, like, not a good spot. We can sack 6 of our reason for a stamina back, and then we just gotta start beating them with a baseball bat to get them out of here. Okay, we managed to come back from that one, amazingly. 1 heavy hit or 2 normal hits? 2 normal hits. And then, since I've already... Oh, wait, she did 2 stamina damage. Why did she do 2 stamina damage? That makes no sense. That doesn't matter. We should still be able to pull this off. As you near the gym hall, the chanting and rhythmic drums grow louder. threatening to intoxicate you. You creak the door open and stifle a scream. The entire school is gathered around a huge portal surrounded by black candles. From within, the bellowing of the beast being summoned echoes. The teacher stands at the front, covered in a purple robe, her true form revealed. Okay, so this time I'm not going to defeat the teacher. I'm just going to... Oh, wait, is fighting the teacher the only way you can solve this? Interesting. Too bad there's no option to, like, run headfirst into the portal or something. Yeah, I guess we just have to kill the... There's really no other way to fight this, huh? And there's no, like, secret that I'm aware of. Okay, ending B is going to be a little tricky, I guess. Unless I just need to be playing on timeline B. I have no idea how to get ending B, but let's just murder that teacher real quick. Thankfully, we don't take any more health damage. It's just going to raise our doom the longer that this thing is active. And yeah, we got to level up. So let's just quickly not be dead. Art knowledge, knowledge, perception, luck. Let's increase our luck. You never know. Maybe we have 7 luck now. Resolve the event. With her dying scream, the teacher throws herself into the portal. Her vicious master shows no mercy. You hear it devour her before the connection shuts. The confused children lie on the ground crying. Thanks to you, however, they are safe. Hey, we got another level up. What? I'd have sworn it was Monday, not Tuesday, right? Plus 5% doom. Okay, game, I get it. We got quick thinking, art knowledge. I would like to get more charisma, but we could do... Yeah, let's do quick thinking. I feel like that might end up being helpful. And then we'll get some of our reason back. You got this, Yuri. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Also, the horror is actually 2% away from getting us. I don't know what happens when the horror finds us, but I can't imagine it's going to be fun. Hopefully we don't have to fight it. This is the first time I think I'm actually playing this character, to be fair. Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival, Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil, or The Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen. Let's save ramen for... Actually, we're so close to dying. Let's do ramen just so we can regain some stats. Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. Shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You are determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? Dog meat? Flesh of the gods? Zeus, even, potentially? Perhaps? Watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. So we gotta discard 2 items. Can I discard the tiny key? No. We have the branch. If we can get another item, we'll go for the discard ending, because it is better to get. Mr. Ooh, your neighbor is a horror manga. Oh my god, what happens? It's too late now, and our... Oh god, Yuri, what happened? Whatever the horror is, it caught us. Until the horror catches you, leveling up costs 50 experience less. So does that mean that it just costs 100 now? That's not terrible. This doesn't seem too... I mean, like, she's messed up. She's horribly messed up, but... Share your experience. Not enough EXP. Sadly, you don't have any recent stories that would help them. At least the public won't experience the same horrors you did. Resolve the event. You can see the restaurant through the staircase window. You watch the doors for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. I guess this is what happens when you get caught up to. I don't think I'm gaining EXP anymore. So I guess that's the trade-off. You just don't gain EXP once it catches you. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello? Are you still there? Let's listen. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, if everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. So are we, apparently. Jeez. Can I de-equip it? How do you unequip an item? I swear there used to be an unequip button. Oh, we can just discard it straight from there, and then we can discard the branch. We don't need the compass anymore because we're not gaining EXP. You sneak into the alley in the dead of night. Gagging, you look through the restaurant's garbage. It's a vile pulp. Though a few chunks of meat look like promising samples. The only true way to investigate is to get into the restaurant yourself. Copy that. You find an envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? +2 funds, -1 reason. You know what we can do with those 2 funds, though? We can go to our good friend the dog, and we can buy some cigarettes. Since this run is already going in a weird direction, why not just add the cigarettes on top of it? Now we got nicotine rush at least, and we got some of that back. And I'm even willing to rest to get more of our health and stamina back. Seems that you were not the only one wanting to try it for yourself. You stand in line for hours. Your questions fall on deaf ears, and you're shunned. Okay, that's not really nice. I mean, it's just ramen. You can go get that at the store. Stop right there. You hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. It's the obsessed man. Too bad we hit really hard now, and really fast. Easy peasy. He didn't even get a hit in on us. The smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease, rot, and... Is that blood you can smell? Man, Yuri's not looking good. I don't know what this curse was, but she is messed up. They say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on the street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to the tale? Spend the night here. Strength check, failure. You plan to wait the entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but you fall asleep. You wake up on a cold bench, your entire body aching badly. Resolve the event. It's finally your turn to order. 1 ramen, please. I imagine that's what she sounds like now that she's possessed. The owner's grin widens. It's pretty good. I mean, that's what a possessed person normally sounds like. Seeing the 2 chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Research the occult notes. Knowledge check, failure, nice. Reading the ramblings of a madman has made you sick. The Red Bull is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. That's okay. Someone taps on your back. Sorry, is the bus still running? I'm so late for a meeting. The bus is going to kill me. Startled, you quickly turn around, shocked by what you see there. Tapeworm Salaryman. What an encounter. So we can do 3 hits at 4. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to take 1 all damage, but we'll still be alive. At least we still have our health. Look at that. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out, all without tasting the weird dish. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into a lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Vial plus meat. You look at the charts and cannot believe your eyes. While the standard test didn't detect anything weird, adding drops of human blood revealed something horrible. Whatever this thing is made of, it's alive, beating a soft pulse against the glass. Your friend leaves you with the papers, muttering an excuse and preparing to flee town on the next train. Continue. Prepared for a fight, you march down to the restaurant. However, you find no eldritch being horror to duel. Instead, you're shocked to find nothing but a gap in the street. You ignore the distraught customers, still lining up where they remember the entrance. Investigating the grounds, you see something glisten where the kitchen used to be. Cautiously, you look at the chunk of meat and then jump back with a yell. As it flexes, it opens a weary eye, grins, and wanders off on stubby black claws. You walk home shaken. In your head, you hear the weird ramen breathing in its bowl. You only stop to throw up on the street. Ending A. Heck yeah, we didn't get our reason back for that. But that's okay. Preparing for the worst, people are stocking up on everything, making it harder for you to find what you want. That's okay. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Oh man, she looks really not good anymore. I don't know what to tell you, Yuri. I'm sorry, but this is what happens when you get caught, I guess. So I understand her play style. She levels up super fast. I don't think I've ever reached level 7 with a character before. But then once the thing catches her, you're screwed. You can't level up anymore, which means you can't rely on healing that way. Which means that if the bathtub is busted, you're now out of the 2 best sources for healing. I don't know if I'm going to win this run, but I'm going to keep sticking with it. Also, it changes her look, and she looks looking good. Never mind, she looks fine. Oh man, you can see more of her body is like ripped open. I don't know how she's getting through without people like freaking out at her. We should probably get a mask for her. Speaking of which, we have the Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival, and we have the Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. Both of these are going to take us outside of town, so I'm going to do Fear Festival because there's healing. Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival. Your aunt has sent you a letter, inviting you for a curious-sounding festival. It's held every 27 years in a small village. You don't like the sound of it, but your parents both agree. You need a break from all the stress. Inside the letter, there's a bus ticket. What's the worst thing that could happen? You ask yourself before you board the bus. Just when you thought your stomach couldn't handle it anymore, the janky old bus stops at its destination. You get up and take a deep breath before looking around. It's a small village, and the nearby fields are surrounded by a thick forest. Someone is waiting for you? Fat man wearing dusty overalls approaches you. It's the inn owner, who promised to pick you up. Following close behind him, your eyes are drawn to his hands, which are so deformed they resemble claws more than hands. Check out the inn room. The inn's room is dusty, like it hasn't seen visitors in years. I wonder if anyone has cleaned it since the last festival 27 years ago. There's a folder of available activities lying on the table. Let's relax for a bit. You patch up your wounds and enjoy the nature. Let's relax for a bit. You patch up your wounds and enjoy the nature. And then, what if we, relax for a bit? You patch up your wounds and enjoy the nature. A weird sound wakes you up. You step closer to the window and look out. You can't see anything and get ready to go back to bed when suddenly, the moon comes from behind the thick clouds. 3 hooded figures are standing at the forest's edge. One by one, they light their torches and disappear before the trees. What was that about? And who are they? They all wore strange masks. Should you follow them into the forest or try to find more information about the festival? I'd really like to heal a little bit more, but let's explore the forest. You discover an old campsite located on the edge of a small clearing. The tent has been knocked down and the food and utensils have been scattered everywhere. Search the tent. Luck check, failure. The sleeping bag has been torn to shreds. The amount of gore inside leaves no doubt about what happened to the owner. -2 stamina. Let's keep exploring the woods for now. Hearing some rustling behind a bush, you decide to hide behind a tree. There, you spot 3 men, each armed with a rifle. They're obviously looking for something, or someone. So this is the difference between a charisma check and a dex check, I think. And we failed! Dexterity check, failure. You decide to run from the suspicious men. Suddenly you hear a bang and feel an impact on your shoulder, which quickly turns into intense pain. Quick, follow them! You hear the men, but despite your injury, you manage to lose them behind you. Oh, just fractured ribs, -1 dex? Sure. Fuck it, why not? Well, we're fine. We're fine. Follow the faint sound to a telephone line pole. The moment you notice giant hairy balls underneath it, they start to twitch and rise. Oh no, not this fucking guy again. Totoru. You're really gross, kind of. I don't like you. Oh, we're not going to be able to exit. It's 4, 8, 12. Yeah, no matter what, it's going to take another turn. Really racking up the doom on this investigation, not going to lie. Oh my god, what happened? He burnt us? You receive additional combat damage. Nice! We look great! We look incredible. Going back to the inn, you overhear 2 masked villagers. They're talking about something awakening at the next dawn. You wonder what's up with that. It's not safe here. You decide to block the entrance to your room with a nightstand. The festival's ending tomorrow and you can't be too careful. Let's continue. You know, I really shouldn't raise my doom anymore, but let's relax for a bit. And then let's continue to investigate the forest. Yuri looks so fucked up. I've never seen a character look this fucked up. Oh my god, how is she operating? Mimi was doing better than her. Sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave's wall. Try to decipher them. Knowledge check, failure. You wonder what it could all mean. Why is it so quiet all of a sudden? Is that blood? Where is everybody? Trail of blood and sickly smelling sludge leads to the outskirts of the village. Somewhere in the dark forest, there's an answer waiting for you. There's also a tent where I can rest at and explore the forest. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in the nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it. Strength check, failure. You fall down and injure yourself. Luckily, you manage to limp away unnoticed. She kind of looks like the guy from SpongeBob who's got glass bones and paper lungs? I'll defeat this Cthulhu monster even if it kills me. While exploring the factory, you're caught by masked people you've seen from the inn's window. After tying you up, they bring you to the cult leader. We knew you'd come. You hear a raspy voice, your aunt's voice, coming from behind the priest's weird mask. She signals towards the door behind her. Our master is waiting for a final blood sacrifice. Man, we gotta stop meeting like this. This is like the 5th time now. You guys really freak me out. And every time, like, you know, it's real funny. Haha, you know, there's a big eldritch monster. And then the second I saw, oh, and there he is. And there he is, everybody. Once again, Spook is rising from the fucking hole in the ground. There he is. Oh my god. And then once again, it just never ends with these people. How many times? With a loud bang, the ancient horror disappears and the high priest falls to the floor, grabbing their shoulder. Last thing you see before blacking out are the beams of flashlights and the hand of a police officer saving you from falling. Later that day, detective interrogating you are confused when you tell them about the ritual, blood, and eldritch being. The village is abandoned, with no trace of blood anywhere. You were the only ones seeing the ancient horror. While you couldn't catch the leader of the cult to interrogate them, the people are safe. You board the old bus, wondering what would happen if you didn't stop the ritual in time. Not bad, not bad. Too bad we don't get any EXP. Oh, the place is flooding. That's great, because our final investigation is going to take us far away from all of that. If we survive this investigation, that is. And it is the Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. You've received an official-looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want from you? We regret to inform you that the passing of our client and your granduncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil, as per the client's request. There's an address and a list of people expected to arrive. You don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen? Yeah, honestly, what's the worst that could happen, Yuri? Following the directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times, but where is everybody? Let's explore the mansion. We're almost out of cigarettes, too. Uh-oh. The round window of the crooked manor tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. Force yourself into hiding. That's because we got quick thinking. You spot an old fallen tree and jump behind it. Still feeling the unnatural light on your skin. Soon, things calm down. You're safe. +2 reason, +5 EXP. Thank God we chose quick thinking. It takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? You should ask them what's going on in here. A muscular man is eyeing you as you take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. Old man's body is in the master bedroom. Go there if you want. Okay. He just doesn't want to talk to us, and I don't blame him. Let's retreat. You retreat from the room, -2 reason. Wow, that reason we just gained, we immediately lost it. Young woman wrinkles her nose when she notices you. You can swear you've seen the symbol engraved on her necklace before. You can get this with a letter. Here, take mine. We got the vigil pamphlet. Pray over the body. Bow, 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 clap. Okay. Let's inspect his foot. Copy that into our pamphlet. It was bow, 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 clap. Bow, 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 clap. I think you got the order right. Let's Keep exploring. Following a suspicious person, you enter an old rundown mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and has only 2 doors, one of which you came through. You can't see the strange man anywhere. Search the room. There's nothing really important here, but you think you might be able to use one of the item you do find. Oh, energy drink. +1 dexterity until the end of the current mystery. That is useful. Let's use it now. I wish it would have healed me, but let's use it now. Digital pamphlet. 11 p.m. Modest supper. I think this will drain our stamina if we fail a strength check. Oh, never mind. Strength check. Passed. The smell is nauseating, but you put some meat on your plate. Plus item. We got long pig steak. As far as I'm aware, and I said this before, long pig I think is just a fancier term for saying human. +2 stamina adds a new status. Hell yeah. So we've got hunger. -1 charisma. They look tasty. And we do have our Reiko ally. So we can, we can let her go. I swear you're able to eat people if you have the hunger, but maybe that's just something that happens on its own. Every family member is cautiously eyeing the smelly dishes placed on a table in the corner of the room. The guests seem strangely uninterested in this vigil. You should explore more and learn what you can. So we had the supper. Let's go investigate some more. Or let's go explore some more. Actually, let's go to the storage room and get that meat cleaver. I think the meat cleaver... Extra damage against human and monster enemies. Yeah, let's equip the meat cleaver. That's going to be better for us in the long run. We're going to hold on to the baseball bat, though. Trust me, it's a secret tool for later. Back to the corridor. Back to exploring the mansion. What did we get? Burn? Oh, nicotine withdrawal, right. I forgot we ate some cigarettes earlier. Looks like one of the previous owners of this mansion liked to read. Dusty tomes reach the ceiling. You don't have much time, but maybe you could spare a minute to look through the books? You don't have time for this. You proceed to the next room. Alright, Grandpa, how you doing? Uncle Grandpa, no! The body. It's missing. Well, we were supposed to do something, but now I guess we aren't. Where is everybody? Suddenly. Oh no, I thought this was our good friend the pillar vampire, but it's not. Suddenly, a wall withers before you and falls apart. A hole-ridden monstrosity is revealed. Oh my god, 3 reason damage? Seriously? 3 reason. He's just gonna do 3 reason damage to me, and I have like nothing I can do about that, huh? We could try to dodge, but then dodge lowers our ability to actually hit him and like do damage. Oh, whatever. We're gonna go for the dodge. I might die here. I might actually lose here. You know what? Plus 5% doom, but fighting him just seems like a bad idea. Muscular man is eyeing you as you take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. So Tamura nervously scratches his scar. So let's see. 1 a.m. we do nothing, it looks like. We can go to the study. Yeah, there's nothing to do. Let's keep exploring. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Let's check out the masks. One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an occult book. You decide to take it with you. Plus item. We got the ritual mask. It's something. Okay, it's 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Feed the plant in the study with your blood. Okay. Feed the plant. Let's cut the plant down. You cut down the bloodthirsty plant. It was a good decision, right? Minus 3% doom. I would say so. Back to the corridor. Keeping exploring. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. Plus 2% doom. Thank you, game. Following a weak, wavering cry, you enter a dark room. Inside, you spot a figure hunched in the corner. You recognize the expensive clothes, but this thing can't possibly be human. Don't look at me! Oh, there she is. Oh, man. Yeah, it's the nicotine withdrawal that's gonna kill this run now, huh? Well, let's see. 8 plus 8. She does 3 all damage. Nice. Cool, cool. I could brace. Lowers the incoming damage by half and ignores any special attack. Shouldn't have cut the plant. I don't know why I cut the plant. That's why she's like this. Gonna have to go for a dodge. We're gonna have to go for a dodge. It's the only thing that makes sense right now. Come on, Yuri. Yeah! She actually dodged it. Nice. So that's 2 6s, or we could do that. We're gonna go for another dodge. Oh god. Yeah, she landed that hit. Do I have any spells I can sack? No. Well, this looks like the end of this run, unfortunately. Toss the baseball bat at her. And we could toss the... No, we can't toss that. Well, if we're gonna die, we can at least take her down with us. That encounter was the final straw. Your mind is snapped and you've been locked up in an asylum. It would be comforting to accept that you were insane, that no old god is awakening to devour humanity. The drugs haven't made these horrors disappear. I also just remembered that we were on the backstory where I fail every check. Oh, we unlocked an achievement through that, though. There we go. The entire time I was like, man, I'm failing all these things, completely forgetting that that's what I had on. Let the real Yuri in. Unlocks hallucination status. Oh, cool, we got an achievement for having the horror reach us. Let's do another challenge run. I think there's a challenge run that's when your 6th playthrough, own both baseball bats, defeat Kanoko Gatherer without any weapon, forget 5 spells, win your 7th playthrough, exquisite taste. Those are the backstories. Complete the parole violation challenge. Yeah, let's try that. Challenges. Continue. City of Shiokawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth aeons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you've finally arrived in the doomed town. Okay, so parole violation is that one. I'll definitely have to go through and complete all of these. You can't get caught again. You won't be able to save the world from behind bars. Okay, so it's on the hardest difficulty. We're playing as Miku. Disables the effects of mayhem. Start with lower doom instead. Oh, so we're going to start as Miku. And instead of gaining stats, the more doom goes up, we're just going to have horrible stats. Kathak Atarasu is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all. Stop it. Stop it, Kathak Atarasu. Okay, so we don't have her perk that makes her stats better. This is going to be really interesting to run. Load the city the way I like it. Yeah. You check your mailbox. It's empty. Death and Deather. I love that show. You gain a spell, lose 1 to 2 reason. I'm going to gain a spell, actually. Skin removal. Combat offensive. Deals 6 damage. Costs 3 reason. Okay. That might not be too bad. Let's go for another spell. And we got Ancestral Strength. +1 damage at the cost of 4 reason. Not bad. I'm gonna toss the library notes now for money. We're gonna take a bath and get our No, we're gonna get the EXP boost. Still don't have any new outfits as her. What was the last one? Skeleton Vomit. We're doing Skeleton Vomit. I like that shirt. It's a fun shirt. Windows are good. Let's check outside. Oh, she's hanging out there. Is it going to rain? Is what the text says. Your bath. Completed 1 mystery to save progress. Interesting. Custom mysteries. Oh yeah, this game has mods, but I don't know. I want Steam Workshop support. Adding mods to this game is a little like not. I don't know. It's difficult. For me at least, because I got trash brain. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked. I see Shiro-san's face down there. God dang it. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there's something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. So we got Chilling Chronicle of a Crimson Cape, Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen, Bizarre Bruit of the Blood-Curdling Botanist, Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil, and Freakish Fable of a Frightening Flood. Heck yeah, this isn't new as of 1.0. This one is a new one that we haven't seen since I've started streaming this game. It is one I have done before, and I don't remember it well enough. So let's start with it. A group of researchers from a university in Tokyo are researching a curious rock formation. It was discovered a few weeks ago by tourists in a village next to Shiokawa. You've read about it in a newspaper. The sudden disappearance of the tourists was the subject of school gossip for a few days, but ultimately, no one was found. The rock formation must be somehow connected to the events happening in your town. Feeling that the researchers can help you, you decide to pack yourself and visit the village yourself. You decide to pack yourself, like, into a suitcase? And visit the village yourself. You kind of put yourself into a suitcase and roll yourself down like a large hill. Surprisingly, you get there. Kayabara Village, arrival. Yeah, okay, I remember this one. It's really fast, if I remember correctly. Kayabara Village, the final stop. The bus suddenly stops as the driver opens the door. Reluctantly, you notice you're still far from the village yourself. Or, before you can ask any questions, the bus's door closes. Check around for things I can click on. You never know. As the old bus drives away, you see the village in the distance. Hoping it won't rain too much, you stop to look at the clouds. Suddenly you hear splashing sounds behind you. That's strange. You thought you were the only passenger on that bus. It's the sweaty assailant. Oh god. I don't have any weapons. Let's just start kicking him to death. He's a sweaty dude. He certainly is sweaty. I'm hoping he'll drop his knife. Oh, he drenched us. All combat actions are slower until the end of the current mystery. Dick. Piece of crap. Kick him. Kick him, Miku. And we didn't even get his knife. You've managed to defeat the mysterious assailant, but he flees into the woods before you can tear his mask off. Who was that? Curious Rock Formation or Rest at the Inn? Let's do the Curious Rock Formation. You can see the Curious Rock Formation from the bridge leading to the village. The researchers are nowhere to be seen. Did the weather scare them off? We can click on it. The carved pillars are older than the village itself, and you couldn't find any information about them or the rituals they're connected with. Interesting. Anything else I can click on? Okay. You managed to... Okay, so we can't do anything there yet. I guess we're gonna go rest at the inn. You enter the inn, hoping you will find the research team there. Every room is empty except one. In the last one, you find a visibly stressed man, Matsuda-san, the expedition leader. Thank God you came. We've been attacked by the villagers and got separated. I'm worried for my colleagues. The things we've learned here, the knowledge, it's too dangerous. We must escape this place as soon as possible. Matsuda-san gulps and looks out of the window before continuing. The last time I saw my team was at the school. We used an empty classroom to keep our research notes and equipment. Should look there for clues. Remember, we must flee before the river levels get too high, or else. Okay. So, they were at the school. We can't do anything at the rock formation right now, so to the school! I like this investigation. I remember vaguely how it went, but I don't remember it being full of so many fun interactions. As you enter the school gym, you notice a strange black doll propped up against the wall. Come closer. Against your better judgment, you approach the doll. What you see makes you gasp in horror. The doll isn't a doll. Your sudden movement causes tiny black spiders to flee, revealing a white, half-eaten corpse. -2 reason. You've managed to find the empty classroom Matsuda-san was talking about. The researchers are gone, but hopefully the notes you found will help you locate them. The river's water level is rising, and the village will soon be cut off from the outside world. Hurry up! Research notes, let's see. The pillars are related to the cult of T, a fertility goddess. People here refuse to help us with the work and forbid us from researching the village's archives. Okay, so we should probably go to the village's archives then, right? Is that... Okay, let's go to the archives. The seasonal floods have closed many of the roads. Look for an alternative way. You've wasted a lot of time looking for a safe path. That's okay. Yeah, looking out there didn't do anything. Curious rock formation? No. Check the woods? What am I supposed to be doing here? I wonder what kind of animal the spider caught in its web. You scare away the annoyed predator and rip open the cocoon to reveal a human finger. -2 reason plus item. The patina ring. Plus 1 dexterity, -2 max stamina. Yeah, we need any stat boost we can get. Researchers missing, linguist, village, geologist, school, theologist, forest. Okay. Let's just keep searching to see if we can find them. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of a ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it. Strength check. Success. You manage to see some of the faces and hear the names of the group. You managed to find one of the researchers, Hiroki Shinoe, theologist. Okay, do they join us? No, but they're probably at the hotel room. We can rest at the inn. You need to find at least one of my colleagues. I won't leave this place alone. Okay. Just wanted to check. And does having the theologist do anything here? It doesn't look like it. So let's check the village again. We're still drenched. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. Still haven't found the person out here, and that river is starting to fill up. Uh-oh. You had no idea that the funeral you'd been invited to would end with the guests slashing their hands to feed the deceased with their blood. You stay at the back, shocked by how grotesque it is. Suddenly, the guests turn their heads in your direction. It's your turn now. I don't really think we can pass a roll on this. As gruesome as it is, it's still a tradition. However, you can't shake the feeling that the deceased smiled slightly as you carefully cut your hand. You managed to find one of the researchers, Kaori Yuto, the linguist. Okay, we're really close to having all the researchers gathered. Getting access to the student database would certainly speed up your investigation, but the receptionist would never allow it. If only there was a way to make her go away for a while. Let's talk to her. Charisma check failure. You weren't able to convince the receptionist to let you access the database. This has been a waste of time. You managed to find one of the researchers, Sakino Okada, geologist. So we have all of them. The river's level is too high and waves crash against the village buildings. Run before the water devours you. Matsuda-san, the expedition leader, holds his suitcase in one hand and a knife in the other. This is our only chance. Let's go. Yeah, alright, let's get out of here. All the villagers have disappeared. Where are they? As you get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All of the villagers are naked. They are dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. Oh, look at them dance over there. They're having a good time. Tichikura and Kaibara's villagers, the fertility goddess. Sakino Okada, the geologist, +1 combat damage. Okay, so we get a bunch of stats for founding everybody. How do I switch targets real quick? Let's just defeat the people dancing. Look, it's dancing with them, though. It's having such a great time. I kind of don't want to ruin this for them. However, is there anything else I could do? I wish I could join in on the dancing. They're having so much fun over there. Look at them. They're having a great time. They're totally not naked, by the way. That was a joke. I was kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the goddess. You know what? Screw the dancing people. Let's kill the goddess. Let's miss every attempt to hit the monster. Thank you, game. With an 80% chance? It's too good to be true, I guess. Yeah, let's keep missing our kicks. Yeah. The good news is we're taking like no damage from all of this, but yeah, maybe that was a little too. I mean, it's our first investigation though. We just kicked a God to death. Oh, they're gonna keep rezzing it, huh? Oh. That's unfortunate. We're gonna have to kill the dancing people now. And we're gonna have to sack some of our reason, or we're gonna have to sack some of our stamina for reason. I'd like to imagine Miku just running around this scene, kicking everybody. She's just kicking everybody right now. Just giving little taps on the feet. The eldritch monster disappears as suddenly as it appeared. All that's left of Kaibara village is a group of deeply confused villagers. Among them, you quickly locate the embarrassed Matsuda-san. Luckily, the research team parked their jeep on a hill that wasn't affected by the flood. Knowing that time is of the essence, they drive you back to Shiokawa and promise that they will alert the government. You can only hope that help will arrive in time. Ending A. I have no idea how that could have ended differently. I feel like I didn't do a single thing wrong. I guess it would have ended differently if I didn't save anybody, so we can try that next time. Please don't be the murky water. Fetid fumes. The air feels heavy, making it hard to breathe. Okay, I can handle that. As long as we can heal at the top. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Heal up real quick, get some of our reason back. We're close to a level up, so we should be fine stat-wise. Although I'd really like to just spend my level ups on stat increases if we can afford it. I guess we could. We have such low doom that we could rest if we wanted to. What's like an easy one we can do? You know what? Let's do Rotten Report of a Rancid Ramen. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You're determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? The flesh of the gods themselves? Watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Can we toss the research notes? No, of course not. We might just have to go for the lame ending on this, honestly. Hey Kano, what's up? Knock on your friend's door and wait. Hey, I'm really busy today. Let's hang out some other time, okay? I'm gonna ring your doorbell. Okay, Kano. Let's just try to do this one as normal. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice-cold water is a good idea. Nope. A hot bath is so inviting that you've spent an extra hour in it. Plus 1% doom. Sounds divine. You can see the restaurant through the staircase's window. You watch the doors for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. Okay. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Oh, hey, we got a free baseball bat if we can survive this combat encounter. Yeah, if we survive this combat encounter. Holy shit, I am running. I'm not fighting that. Oh, that's right. The spider is the god for this round, so there is no running. I guess we're gonna try dodging. Dodging and... Oh, but I can't dodge and find an improvised weapon right now. Let's dodge. Or we can brace. I guess we can brace and kick him a couple times. Ah, for 2 damage though? Like... No. Oh, this is gonna be really, really rough. I should have gotten a weapon. Oh, we got a concussion. Nice. -1 knowledge. Here's what we'll do. We will get 1 stamina back at the cost of 2 reason, and we'll keep kicking. We're just gonna keep on kicking. Actually, we can desperation, right? Yeah. Doubles all damage dealt during this turn. We're gonna go into desperation, and we're gonna kick twice. Seriously? Okay. Okay, okay, brace. Regain 1 stamina. Throw a kick out. And then this is only going to do 6 damage, so dodge into a kick. Oh, we didn't dodge. Uh-oh. Don't I have a spell? I do have a spell. We have 2 spells even, so we can do that. We can do that. We can regain 1 whole stamina. And then we can kick wildly. And pray that every kick lands. Nice. Level up. We have to use our stamina back. Looting, 1 fun for each defeated enemy. Faster combat actions. We're going to take the faster combat actions. Wait, what's that? That's a baseball bat. So now we have a weapon, we have faster combat actions. We just need to increase our strength. I'm going to rest. Bandage up the fresh wounds. Your phone, your best friend, and talk about unrelated stuff. +1 stamina, +1 reason. Oh, yeah, that's right, because the fetid fumes. Well, it could be worse. It could be way worse. We do have enough to pick up, we have enough to pick up cigarettes, honestly. That would be really dumb, I think. Let's just investigate the apartments. Feeling like you're on the brink of losing your mind, you decide to visit your parents' old friend, Father Yasugi. Hey, kiddo, says the priest who's currently moving some boxes in and out of the church building. Could you lend me a hand? Don't overwork ourselves. You only pick up the smallest boxes, but the whole thing takes more time than you expected. Afterwards, Father Yasugi invites you inside for a cup of hot tea and some home-baked cookies made by one of the parishioners. You explain your situation to him. The priest listens, letting you vent all of your doubts and anxiety. +3 reason, +2% doom. Look at that! We're back up at kind of health. Seems that you're not the only one wanting to try it for yourself. You stand in line for hours. Your questions fall on deaf ears and you're shunned. Investigate downtown. Put your hand... God damn it, how many times are these guys going to put their hands through a giant hole? Seeing that big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous. Oh, but that's a minor injury, right? School nurse. Okay, not dealing with that bite. Smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease, rot, and... Is that blood you can smell? The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you've got a feeling something is wrong. Where are all the people? Take a ride! Luck check, success! Even though the metro car is completely empty, you arrive at your station without any problems, saving valuable time. It's finally your turn to order. 1 ramen, please. The owner's grin widens. You hear a faint sobbing sound coming from the alley nearby. There, you approach a man on his knees. When you take a step closer, he suddenly stops and perks up. You can hear the nauseating sound of tearing skin. Oh, not this guy. Hey, look at that, though. We're now doing 4 damage with a 92% chance to hit. Oh, yeah, much better. Much better odds of hitting right now. Although, I still don't like our odds of surviving this encounter right now. So let's try to dodge. Can we dodge into 2 kicks? That would be the same as just using the baseball bat. Come on, Miku. Dodge it. Yeah! Okay. 1, 2... Oh, wait, we can't. We just have to rely on 392%. And of course, we missed one. Take him out. Red Bull is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. Let the police handle it. You tell the girl to wait while you look for an officer. When you get back, she's gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you lose 2 stamina if you go with her to find her mom, so let's just not die. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out, all without tasting the weird dish. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get a ramen into the lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Just the vial of ramen soup. A mere day later, your friend rings your door. Her face is pale and in a shaky hand, she holds an analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover a highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. A week later, police and government officials are looking over where the ramen restaurant used to be. Nothing remains but a gap in the street and aimless, confused customers. You'd like to believe that this was the end of it, but snippets in newspapers from other cities unsettle you. Brief articles about an exciting new ramen restaurant opening and its mysterious owner keep showing up. You can no longer eat noodles without feeling ill. We got experience in Minus Doom at least. I'll take it. Preparing for the worst, people are stocking up on everything, making it harder to find what you want. Prices are up. Nice. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Let's bathe real quick and get a little bit of stamina back. Oh, this is rough going, but I still believe in us. Honestly, let's do this one. It's so easy just to sack Shiro-san in this investigation. Your neighbor asked you to help. Her husband, Shiro-san, has gone missing. She's worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. Where is he, and why would he need so much fertilizer? You've got the business card of a gardening company where the missing man was working. Maybe some of his colleagues could tell you something useful? Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket covered in strange symbols. He stops in front of a house, visibly nervous. Before he enters the house, he turns around as if he's checking for any unwanted followers. What could it mean? Follow the weird man. Perception check, failure. The door is locked, but you think you can repeat the knocking pattern the suspicious man used. Nothing happens. Shiro-san has always been a weirdo, but he's good at what he does. Last month, he ordered a pack of experimental fungicide from Tokyo. I think I've seen the dispatch order with an address somewhere, the old man says. Help me move this dirt and I'll look for it. Okay. Alarmed by the sounds of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone, or something, tore out his throat. Check his wounds for clues. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead carved an occult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. While the dispatch order is stained with a foul-smelling liquid, you think you can make out the address, at least parts of it. The house is somewhere in the nearby forest. Why? Why would you put your hand in another giant hole? Putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. Seeing the big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous. Gonna have to visit the nurse again. Oh man, it already became infected. Nice. Nice. Super cool. Following a trail of rotten fruit, you stumble on a small forest shrine. It's probably dedicated to some local spirit. The small statue looks alien and menacing. We don't have enough perception, so let's destroy it. Luck check, failure. You topple the evil-looking statue. Nothing seems to happen, but you have a terrible feeling about it. 5% doom. The dirt road you've been following suddenly ends. You have to go back. Okay, let's check this one out. It said that a famous priest died on this rock. Perhaps his mysticism has seeped into it? Let's tap into his power. Knowledge check, success. Touching it with your hand, you feel a newfound knowledge forming in your mind, plus spell. Skin removal again. And I'm gonna removal that spell from my inventory. It's right here, I can smell Shiro-san. Hearing some rustling behind a bush, you decide to hide behind a tree. There you spot 3 men, each armed with a rifle. They're obviously looking for something, or someone. Reveal yourself? Charisma check failure. Yeah, whatever. You walk from behind a tree and wave. Suddenly you hear a bang and feel an impact on your shoulder, which quickly turns into intense pain. Damn, that's not him. You hear the scream of one of the men arrive before everything gets dark. When you open your eyes, you find yourself next to the road leading to the forest. Your wound is bandaged, but you fear it's not enough. -2 stamina. We got hasty aid. I mean, hasty aid isn't awful. It can lead into a bad injury, though. Or it could lead into cuts. A shape shimmers beneath the surface. With a splashy sound, something emerges from the murky depths. Oh no, it's Leech Girl. Ew. Leech girl, please go away. I'm just gonna beat you with my baseball bat, and I missed every swing. Yeah, that's about right. I wasn't even really feeling this run, to be fair. Let's go for... I wonder if there's any way I could pull this back. I don't think there's a single way for me to pull back this fight at this point. Let's see if we can even land a hit. Yeah. Resisting the unknown horror was taking its toll on your health. Weakened, you finally succumb to your injuries, alone. As the dust settles upon your open eyes, reality starts to crumble. Old God is ready to return once more. That's okay. We'll have to try that one at another time. Parole violation seems like it's about as hard as Mimi's, whatever the Mimi one was called, because it's on the hardest difficulty. And unlike Mimi's, where you start off okay and then you slowly just become awful as it goes on, parole violation literally just says, hey, you have garbage stats, good luck. But let's just do one more fun run for the night. One last thing, a tall man left a suitcase for you this morning. He said you will know the password. I sure do, it's that one. City of Shiokawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth aeons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you finally arrived in the doomed town. I'm gonna play as Moriko again. We haven't gotten a victory as Moriko, and we're gonna of course do the ill-fated backstory. And I'm gonna switch it to Timeline B for fun. As far as the old god goes, you know what? Let's just do Itotu. Itotu is the one that makes, like, I'm so sick of Kathak Adarasu. I don't even like spiders. The supposed cause of the destruction of the Library of Alexandria, a perfect black marble statue, has been recently rediscovered and is currently waiting in the Museum of Ooh for its long-awaited premiere. Yep, we start with a level up because of ill-fated. We got Daddy's Girl, 2 stamina at the end of each mystery, Outdoorsman, or that. Old Shotgun, I think, is a perception-based weapon, so we'll do the stamina regain, and then we'll up our perception. Even if we fail every check, we can make sure that the shotgun hurts. And that's all that really matters. Groovy. Okay. Go back to our house, load it the way I like it. Have I unlocked any new locations? It doesn't look like it. Confirm and continue. Check your mailbox. It's empty. Ooh, I haven't seen the empty bottle in a while. Honestly, the empty bottle is not bad to get because you can fill it with water, and that's 1 stamina, which makes the difference sometimes. Go change into the Ash Williams outfit. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, that's what's up. We got some money out of there. What investigations do we have? I see Shiro-san's face. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Beware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Okay, so we got Frightening Flood again, Beckoning Bulletin, Thaumaturgy Teacher, and Blood-Curdling Botanist. You know, I'm really tired of seeing Shiro-san. Let's kill him. Your neighbor asked you to help. Her husband, Shiro-san, has gone missing. She's worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. Where is he, and why would he need so much fertilizer? So let's go investigate the school twice, real quick. You enter the school bathroom to wash your face with cold water. A sudden noise behind you stops you in your tracks. One of the stall doors is opened on its own. Escape the bathroom. You might be paranoid, but there's no way you're risking an encounter with a ghost here. Yeah, seriously. I think if you close the door, because we're gonna fail every check, if you fail closing the door, it's a combat encounter. A tall woman with an unsettling face and twitching lips stops you.
I'll be your new biology teacher. Could you help me move some stuff to my new office?
Yep. Luck check failure. The creepy substitute teacher hands you dusty, old biological specimens. The rancid smell of formalin almost makes you drop the jar. Fetuses have so many legs? A new yet unidentified species of cordyceps fungus has been observed to infect rats, taking over their bodies. Could it have the same effect with other mammals? Let's find out. Ooh. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. Let's take her home. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Plus 10 EXP, minus 2 stamina. I like getting the 10 EXP at the cost of 2 stamina. Shiro-san has always been a weirdo, but he's good at what he does. Last month he ordered a pack of experimental fungicide from Tokyo. I think I've seen the dispatch order with an address somewhere, the old man says. Help me move this dirt and I'll look for it. The roads seem to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. Get lost. You spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally, completely exhausted, you end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood slowly closes behind you. I don't remember this thing being on the ground before in this scenario. Am I going crazy? I don't remember there being a thing on the ground. Well, the dispatch order is stained with a foul-smelling liquid. You think you can make out the address. At least parts of it. The house is somewhere in the nearby forest. Feeling hungry, you've entered a small local restaurant and ordered the daily special made with today's catch. So where the hell did those fishermen go? Drink check failure. Feeling the eyes of the restaurant's guests on your back, you take a small bite of the smelly seafood. It tastes like the sea and melts in your mouth. The restaurant owner nods and smiles strangely. We got holes! That is not good to get on your first mystery. Oh, man. A sudden blast of heat grabs your attention. An older man standing next to you screams in pain as he's engulfed in fire from seemingly nowhere. The other people start to panic and help the burn victim. You spot a hooded woman standing in the distance. When she sees you, she starts to run. You can't shake off the feeling that you were the target of the supernatural attack. Pursue the hooded woman. Of course we dexterity check failure. The hooded woman disappears behind a corner, and when you get there, she's gone, already mixed in with the crowd. They failed to stop you today, but you're sure they'll try again and again. That's okay. I'm feeling this run, honestly. In the forest, you hear a faint whimpering in the distance. When you find it, you discover a wild dog caught by its hind legs in a bear trap. The dog growls menacingly when you get closer. Well, we're gonna fail this anyways, but let's get the dog out of there. You free the dog, but the rusty mechanism snaps and the trap closes on your hand. Minus 2 stamina. But we have a bottle of water, you see, so we get 1 stamina back. Easy peasy. Following the ghastly music, you find yourself in a forest. The sound is getting closer. It's Ribcage Woman. I don't know how she's related to ghastly music, but we should be able to clear her pretty fast with some shotguns to the head. Not even shooting bullets, we're just kind of whacking her with it. Sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave's wall. Try to decipher them. You wonder what it could all mean. You'd stumble upon a half-eaten deer carcass. Look at that! Finally, after what felt like hours of following the dirt road, you find the old mansion. It's completely overgrown with plants you've never seen before. In front of the mansion, there's the gardening company minivan filled with boxes. Slowly, you enter the building with caution. You stand in the middle of the room when suddenly the floor gives away, and you fall down to the basement. Falling through the hole in the floor, you find yourself in an overgrown basement. In the corner lies a man you recognize. It's Shiro-san, the missing gardener. You must help him escape this cursed place. Or, we can do what's that for, Shiro what? And let's launch that. And there he goes. The top of Shiro's head flies off, revealing his brain. Out of it bursts the fruiting body of a fungus. And if we just shoot him twice, we should be able to get out of this easy peasy, no problem. Can I block at least? It doesn't even look like I have enough. Yeah, I can't even block. I guess we should probably just... No, I only need to hit him twice. Man, I'm really about to take a bunch of damage for no reason. Yeah, I'm really about to take a bunch of damage. Or I could fire twice and potentially miss both shots. Which sounds like a wonderful, awesome idea. Yeah, I can't even brace for impact. What else can we do? Learn about your enemy. I guess we could do that. No special skill. The fungus completely taking control of the husk that was once Shiro-san. I don't think I've shown this off. You can waste some of your time in combat to get a little description of the fight. I guess. If you really want it. Anyways, I think we can take him out without having to worry about... No, that's too risky. Yeah, let's go for it. No. We need to guarantee that we're gonna hit them both times. Go for the shotgun blast. Bam! Fungus dies, and with it, the gardener. With nobody to grow from, you hope that's the end of it. You finally understood something. The plants weren't attacking you. They were protecting you from the unnatural form of life. Weakened, you stumble out of the mansion, hoping to forget. Oh, man, we got holes growing on our body. But we also have Daddy's Girl, so I guess we've at least countered holes by having Daddy's Girl unlocked. What did we get here? Deft handling, ammo stash. I'm kind of the mindset that ammo stash is useless when deft handling can be great for the next combat encounter. And I'm gonna raise my perception. What was the thing that happened to the city? Oh, the lighthouse got bigger. Well, that's fine. We might not even reach the lighthouse. Inside your mailbox, you find the key. Get some more water in the bottle. Heal up our stamina. There we go. Our stats aren't, like, good, but it could be way worse, honestly. So we got the Frightening Flood. We've got Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. School Scissors, and the Thaumaturgy Teacher. This one might not be too difficult. Yeah, let's do this one. 2B used to be one of the most outstanding classes in the school, at least before their teacher's disappearance. A replacement glides through the school, entrancing all those around her with soft voice and calming, emotionless eyes. Now, she stands at the front of the class, scribbling occult symbols in chalk and hissing lessons about the old gods. The children no longer play, but sit in their seats until dark, chanting along, learning of the Eldritch Masters and preparing to serve them. Following a rumor, you visit the house of a schoolgirl who acted really strange in class. The girl's parents sit crying in the living room, and fearfully point you upstairs. But we gotta go investigate downtown twice real quick, I hope you understand. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package, but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. Ignore it. You leave at the next station in a hurry, hoping to forget the package as soon as possible. Probably for the best. Let's just heal that up with the bottle of water. Investigate downtown again real quick so we can get that side objective completed. They say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on the street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to this tale? Spend the night here. Strength check, failure. You plan to wait the entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but you fall asleep. You wake up on a cold bench, your entire body aching badly. Climbing a tree, you get a better view of the class. Weird schematics of some portal drawn on the blackboard could help in the future. Let's go investigate the actual mystery now. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, you struggle to look at it. Intimidated by the unsettling portrait, you're haunted by nightmares. -2 reason. She sits in her bedroom in a bloodstained uniform, a dead rat lying in her hands. Asked why she killed it, she just grins. Ruh-roh. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up, shouts the deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. Call the police. The man escapes when he hears the police siren, but before he goes, he draws an unfamiliar symbol in blood on your front door. Another lead, the former teacher of the class, may prove more useful. Knocking on their door, however, get you no answer. Just subtle chittering behind the door. It's not rats, though, unfortunately. An old priest is performing a ritual to appease a local demon in prison underground. You're invited to join them. Kindly refuse. Old man frowns and walks away. Little boy from the school has been attacked by his classmates. Walking through the hospital corridor, you stop by an older man with a cast on his leg. Could you help me get down these stairs? Okay. Dexterity check failure. You struggle to help the man, but you both fall down the stairs. The man's cast breaks, and you scream. Underneath the cast, there's a seething sore frothing with green bubbles. The man smiles, his smile way too wide for his face. He's got a witch's cauldron in there, man. Take a short nap on your bed. Phone your friend about... your best friend, even, and talk about unrelated stuff. Yeah, I needed to heal up. You find him in the hospital covered in bites. Just what is with this whole summoning that he speaks of between the sobs? As a part of therapy, some patients took part in art classes. Some of their works fill you with dread. -2 reason. Okay. With no other ideas, you decide to wait outside the school itself. It's the park guest! Oh, he's my friend. Oh, where'd he go? Park guest. Oh? What an event. That sure is the event of all events. It is an event of all time. The faint chanting doesn't stop, and no one enters or leaves the building. You enter the school gym, you notice a strange black doll propped up against the wall. Against your better judgment, you approach the doll. What you see makes you gasp in horror. The doll isn't a doll. Your sudden movement causes tiny black spiders to flee, revealing a white, half-eaten corpse. You hear a scream coming from the school. It's time to enter. You sneak in through a window and skulk across the shadowy corridors. All the classrooms have emptied out. Peering into one, you spot the corpse of a teacher nailed to the chalkboard. Shaking, you approach it. You spot an odd bulge protruding from his stomach. It writhes against your finger as you probe it. Prepare for combat. Suddenly, the teacher's chest rips apart, showering the classroom with gore. From within, a child coated in meat and intestines leaps out, screeching with joy. I love this. That's such a... it's such a vision, like a visual, to think about all of that at once. And this girl jumping out, screaming with joy. Please don't miss any... oh, man. I was gonna say, please don't miss any attacks for the love. But, too late. We missed an attack. As you near the gym hall, the chanting and rhythmic drums grow louder, threatening to intoxicate you. Creak the door open and stifle the scream. The entire school is gathered around a huge portal surrounded by black candles. From within, the bellowing of the beast being summoned echoes. The teacher stands at the front, covered in a purple robe, her true form revealed. There it is. There it is. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I think I need to stop doing the side objective, and if I stop doing the side objective, I might be able to learn... or I might be able to get the other ending. Badly bleeding. Chance of losing 1 stamina with each investigation. How did I get that? Did the school give me that? Whatever. Get rid of that. Gonna level up. I could really use... yeah, ammo stash. Perfect. And we're gonna do a perception up. Resolve combat. With her dying scream, the teacher throws herself into the portal. Her vicious master shows no mercy. You hear it devour her before the connection shuts. The confused children lie on the ground crying. Thanks to you, however, they are safe. Holes are spreading, but we also have Daddy's Girl. So, I mean, like, could be worse. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around the downtown area. The police are hopeless. At your mailbox, you find a small key. So we can still bathe. As long as we can still bathe, there is no issue here. Got a bottle of water that we'll hold on to. What do we have next? We've done those two. We have Frightening Flood, Beckoning Bulletin, and School Scissors. I kind of want to do School Scissors. Let's do School Scissors. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it a terrible woman has returned from the grave. A woman with the widest smile and the sharpest scissors. By the way, do I have 2 curses? No, I've got holes. Badly bleeding isn't... oh, we didn't take care of badly bleeding. I should have taken care of the badly bleeding. We might die just because of that. After he too disappeared, you decided to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that claims to stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? Your missing friend has left you a notebook. If the rumors are true, to stop the tall woman with scissors, you'll need to perform a ritual to force her material form to appear in our dimension. Accomplishing this requires first the drawing of an eldritch sigil, and then the lighting of holy candles. You can only hope your friend has left them somewhere in the school. Well, he left us his diary, at least. I'm gonna go with the lockers, pick up the wooden baseball bat, sell it for money. If I somehow you know what? Actually, I'm gonna hold on to the bat. If I somehow survive this investigation, we have a lot of money that we can use to heal ourselves up and continue forward. Except, suddenly, everything slows to a crawl. It's the Time Warper. What an interesting fella. Can we one-round him? Almost. Oh, we're so close to getting him in one shot. Should I try to dodge then? Oh, what's that? Learn a new spell or gain experience. Interesting. So he has a special encounter. Does that end the encounter if I do that? No, I don't think so. Where is the dodge command? We're gonna dodge, and then I think, yeah, we can get 2 hits in. Come on, Moriko. I just need you to dodge. She dodged. Oh, that is all I needed. Okay. Easy peasy. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must hurry and find those items. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as realistic, which is why we're going to check out the masks. One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an occult book. You decide to take it with you. Got Kendo helmet. Small chance of ignoring stamina loss in combat. Hey, that's actually not bad. She didn't put it on, though. I think that's like the only hat I've never seen them not wear, or a mask with big quotes. You found an additional page from your friend's diary. It seems that the blessed chalk was left in the pool. You must hurry and find it. You enter the damp-smelling sport wing. You notice a backpack drifting on a swimming board in the middle of the pool. Could it be what you were looking for? Enter the water. You enter the pool and start swimming towards the backpack. Suddenly, the water turns murky, and you realize you're not alone in the pool. Did somebody poop in the pool? Is that why it's getting murky? Ew. A bloated figure emerges. Oh, he pooped in the pool. From the murky water, blocking your only way out of the pool. Oh, he's a handsome fella. He's not gonna last, though. Boom, bam, easy peasy. You found the blessed chalk, which you can use to draw the sigil in your ritual. You copy the sigil as best you can on the blackboard. Hopefully it'll be enough. Okay, triangle, upwards triangle, martini looking thing. That should be correct. Heck yeah, alright, keep exploring the school. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. Sound of scissors getting closer. You must hurry. With the trail growing cold, it might be time for a different approach. Could a similar case have occurred in the past? A trip to the library might be a good idea. Waste of time. The mere thought of studying all those old dusty newspapers makes your head hurt. There's no way you're going to waste an entire day in that molding library. Let's drink water to get that stamina back, and you found the holy candles in your friend's backpack. You lit them as instructed in the notebook. Everything is ready for the ritual. And here she comes, Scissors Lady. So eager to die, she taps on the glass for us. Oh my god, we're in Timeline B. I forgot we're in Timeline B. Uh-oh, I forgot we're in Timeline B. This isn't the normal fight. This is the... Oh, no. It's definitely bow, clap, clap. I remember reading it on the back of a cereal box. Take a step back as the writhing amorphous mass slowly takes shape. The pillar of heads is nearly reaching the high ceiling. Each face is the same expression of pure hatred, each mouth screaming the same question. Am I beautiful? Am I beautiful? Am I beautiful? That's your only chance to send this monstrosity away, and put the correct combination of bows and claps to perform the banishment ritual. Let's see. Ooh, okay, we got 1. We got 2. Oh. Oh, it's what it is. The eldritch horror is slowly moving towards you, seemingly unaffected by the ritual. When you were sure this would finally be the end, you wake up in an ambulance. The paramedic calmly explains that they found you collapsed in one of the classrooms. He shrugs when you ask about the scissors woman and your friend. Probably just a heat stroke-induced hallucination, he says, injecting your arm with a needle. The last thing you see before losing consciousness for the second time is the face of the paramedic. 2 old scars visible on both of his cheeks. Ending D, heck yeah, I'll take it. Gotta level up. Outdoorsman, folklore. Let's do plus knowledge. And I'm gonna just keep perception maxing, because it's funny at this point. What? I would have sworn it was Monday, not Tuesday, right? Oh, that's just 5 doom. We can handle that. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Take the key. Let's fill the empty bottle with water and let's do a stamina increase. So we have Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin and the Frightening Flood. We're going to do Beckoning Bulletin. We need to go back into town and heal ourselves up. We need to at least get rid of the badly bleeding. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin, and even post your own to start a conversation. Many use them to share files or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. Rumors have surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within Shiokawa. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people all be driven to take their own lives? Alright, so we're going to... It's a major injury, I'm guessing? Badly bleeding. Oh, it's a minor injury, so we can just go to the nurse. Thanks, nurse. And then let's buy some items, honestly. Let's buy... we don't really need the compass. Let's get the dog treats, why not? And then back into the store so that we can buy cigarettes. And then I'm going to sell this baseball bat. We're going to head back into the dog store. Map. Dog treats again. That'd be funny. Oh, the dog's wearing a mask. What's up with that? The dog's got a spooky mask on. I've never seen him wear that before. Compass could be useful. Let's restock. Foreign cigarettes. Perfect. I am going to go for it. We're going to use all of the cigarettes so that we have a good chance at surviving combat encounters moving forward. And we're going to drink that bottle of water. And we're going to hold on to the dog treats for now, just in case I want to go back to the store. Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there is no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that'll work? Okay, but we have to go to the forest twice to do the side objective. We're going to do the side objective. While wandering through the woods, you discover strange carvings on one of the trees, and, by the looks of them, they're made recently. Could they be connected with the current mystery? Now let's check failure. You can't tell what the strange symbols mean. Wandering aimlessly in this forest, it will take some time before you pick up the trail again. Investigate the forest again. Oh no! You follow the faint sound of the telephone line pull. The moment you notice the giant, hairy balls underneath it, they start to twitch and rise. Toru, it's not happening this time. Oh my god, we can do 6 hits and they all have 115 chance of landing. Get out of here. See, that's why I'm willing to do the boss fight here, because we will survive. We could probably one-round it. After searching deep in the woods for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching a note. I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. Sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationships. Share death, and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone here is waiting for you, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. Nah, I'm gonna kill that thing. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model. Its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. I'm gonna check the dog store once to see if we can get a sewing kit. You're killing me, dog. Steak knife, cigarettes. Well, since we're here, might as well buy more. Yeah! Well, the school's library's computer doesn't have a modem. You happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet her at her home in the city. Hearing footsteps, you turn around. Behind you stands a pretty woman in a sweater. Natural beauty. Yes, this is exactly what I need. You shudder seeing the weird woman reaching into her pocket and producing a nasty-looking knife. Pretty face. Mind if I borrow it? No, she's dead. All of these combat encounters are just... And we get the lucky earrings from her, which is really useful, actually. Because we can sell them for money, or we can equip them for 2 luck. And equipping them for 2 luck would be cool, except we fail everything. So we're going to sell those. We're going to go back to the dog. No sewing kit. Camera. Nah. Okay, I need to stop going to the dog. I'm not going to find a sewing kit. But I could get painkillers, actually, so let's do that. Pharmacy. Bandage. Experimental drug. Empty bottle. Sewing kit. Hey, she has a sewing kit. Look at that. 3 stamina, minus 1 charisma. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs, teeth clenched as you heave it up 1 step at a time. God damn, our computer's heavy. Investigate the apartments. Telephone sounds and multiple voices are too loud for you to ignore. When you enter the apartment, everything turns silent. It's the gossip junkie. Here's the latest news. It's called I'm gonna whack you with my shotgun a bunch of times. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you finally finish setting up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The newscaster on the TV says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. You need to act quickly. I'm on it, no worries. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice cold water is a good idea. Except we would fail that check, so we're gonna have to just risk the 1% doom. Hot bath is so inviting that you spent an extra hour in it. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. The staff looks exhausted. When the receptionist lets her head down onto a desk for a minute, you slip out of the waiting room and into the hospital corridors. You meet with your friend, who has recently started her nurse practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital, watching the sunset. That would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. Don't ruin the calm moment. Sometimes it's better not to know. You chat until your friend's break is over. You overhear 2 nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparents' home at the village in the city outskirts. You exit the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus stop. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Plus curse. Brain damage. Minus 2 knowledge plus 10% max reason. Nice. I could sack this run. There is an achievement for getting 5 curses. And I know that the Witch's Tree can get us 3 of them. And we already have 2 curses. It's really tempting, but I think we might win this one, actually. As you pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus driver's radio. An entire class of Shiokawa students left in front of a train, hand in hand. You move urgently as you exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. Let's investigate the village. A friend returning from a trip to Africa has invited you to dinner. This time they've outdone themselves. This is a real feast, full of exotic meats. It's getting late and you can't stay for long, but the host asks if you want to take anything home with you. This steak is to die for. I knew you'd like it, your friend says, winking and packaging it for you. Hell yeah, human meat, long pig steak, eat it. So that's 3 curses. I mean, I guess if we could just naturally get 2 more curses, we wouldn't even need to use the witch's tree. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your effort to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. Yeah, I don't know. This should have been just one investigation. Following a weird gargling sound, you enter an alley. Staying in the shadows, you notice someone wearing a policeman's uniform.
Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here.
You've made a horrible mistake. Lumpy officer. I think this is how we get the cuffs, actually. If I remember correctly, this guy's going to drop the handcuffs. If we get lucky, we can get the achievement for handcuffing the ultimate opportunist, but he has to appear in the lighthouse. Wait, what's that? Handcuffs. Oh, man, he's not going to appear in the lighthouse now. But we have a level up. Art knowledge, quick thinking. Well, we could... Oh, wait, is that perception? Yeah, let's just keep raising our perception. Screw it. And then let's raise our strength to 6. That way, if we have to do any checks in the lighthouse... Actually, I wonder if we fail those checks, too. I guess we don't. I'm not sure how that works. We're going to raise our strength. We got the handcuffs. We got a lot of items. I don't think I'm going to need the dog treats anymore. But I do need the note. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's existence, but to give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me, you won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. Hello, hey Ikamoni, hello! Playing more World of Horror tonight. We actually managed to win one of the really hard challenge mode runs. It was pretty cool. And now we're hopefully going to clear this run too. It's touch and go. We're doing fine stat-wise, but the doom is really high. As you glance around, you notice more and more people are wearing strange masks. Unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that some also wear these eerie masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. I was about to ask if you won any. I'll have to watch the VOD. Yeah, we've so far won at least one, which unlocked us a new character, and then I played as them for a bit. That was fun. A lot of cool stuff happened this session. I definitely recommend watching the VOD on youtube.com/FibiTanuki. But, yeah, we've been having some pretty successful runs. We've also gotten to see some new investigations. One of them is new as of 1.0. Another one we just haven't seen yet, but it's cool. So there's some new mysteries to look at, too. They're preparing for something. I don't have any money. I was wondering what would happen. I have no money. A sense of dread creeps over you as the masked people are swarming through the store, filling their carts with food and survival equipment. You notice the goods' prices have already skyrocketed. You realize that you need to act fast if you want to have any chance of survival. -2 funds. Did you see the keynote for Final Fantasy XIV? I sure did. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm actually kind of growing on Viper, but I'm still really holding out hope that the mage class is something I want to play. Other than that, some of the new areas looked really interesting. And what else did they... I was actually really... It was like 3 a.m. where I was at, so I was like dead tired trying to watch it because I had a shift at 6 in the morning. But what I did see looked really awesome. I mainly remember the Viper part. And the fact that the UK crowd seemed to be completely disinterested in what was happening in front of them. As soon as you arrive home, you dial the number and put the handset onto the modem. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums. You hear a brief dial tone, and then it finally connects. The maps look really interesting. Yeah, I think... I was expecting something more basic, but it looks like there's going to be a really interesting story. Welcome home. Do you like it so far? Yeah, sure. I'm curious to see what will happen because the map with all the metal looks out of place. Yeah, I noticed that when they were showing some of the images, there's some weird kind of like computer corruption going on. It looked like there was some purple void kind of stuff, but it wasn't void. It looks like it's related to that technology map. Really interested to see what happens there. I'm guessing Alligans, maybe. I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. Remember the note. Because they mentioned that Tyrol was the land of giants originally. And to me, I wonder if that just means that the Alligans were there or not. We'll find out, for sure. You recall the note you found. Could this be the voice of humanity you read about? Bracing yourself, you slowly put the phone to your ear. You didn't hear words or a voice. You soon understand that they don't need those. It's difficult, but you manage to keep track of which thoughts are yours and which are theirs. Everyone is here now. Oh my god, it's going off the screen. We've escaped everything that held us back in life. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. This is the purest form of existence. You know, I was still really holding out that Gleaner was going to be a class, but I'm so excited for Aaronville to be in the next expansion. He's one of my favorite characters in 14 right now. I really like Aaronville. Paradise of connection. Everyone deserves that. We will bring all humanity together. Well, I've said it twice to you now, phone, but suffering is human. How can you believe that? Well, okay, if you want to suffer, go ahead. Your consciousness dips. By the time you snap out of it, you're strangling yourself with the phone cord. The entity assaults your mind, but the struggle brings out strength you didn't know you had. You refuse to die. -5 stamina, but plus 15% max stamina. You listen to the staticky signal on the other end. It's harsh to your ear, but then the noise begins to slowly change into something beautiful. You want to join it. Alright, once again we're fighting together. Now we can just blast together with bullets. Actually, shoot. We're gonna blast it with bullets and then butt it with the other end of our gun and kill it in one turn. You guys ready? Easy peasy. Oh my god. Not even worried. You wrench the phone from your ear, nearly tossing it across the room. You could have killed yourself for that thing. Sweat pouring down your face, you immediately yank the computer's plug from the socket. From the bulletin's number in a phone book, you find the system operator's address. When you enter the cramped apartment, you're met with a smiling, hung teenager and a still running, unplugged computer. You smash it to pieces. I think hanged is the correct term. I shouldn't have said hung. That just sounds weird. Uh-oh. With the root cause gone, the suicide eventually slow. While you couldn't save those already in its thrall, you're relieved to know the bulletin won't take any new victims. Experience, EXP, minus doom. The holes are spreading, but it doesn't matter. Old Town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be the radio mast failure. That's fine. Don't need the forest node anymore. Go back in. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. We're gonna rest. We're gonna fill the bottle with water one more time, regain our stamina. I'm honestly just gonna use the bottle right now. And we've got Freakish Fable of a Frightening Flood, which is new for today's session, although it is not new for 1.0. A group of researchers from a university in Tokyo are researching a curious rock formation. It was discovered a few weeks ago by tourists in a small village next to Shiokawa. You've read about it in a newspaper. The sudden disappearance of the tourists was the subject of school gossip for a few days, but ultimately, no one was found. The rock formation must be somehow connected to the events happening in your town. Feeling that the researchers can help you, you decide to pack yourself and visit the village yourself. Again, you decide to pack yourself, like into a suitcase, straight up. You just kind of throw yourself on the middle of the street, next thing you know, you're there. Kaibara Village. Let's go to the bus stop. Kaibara Village, the final stop. The bus suddenly stops as the driver opens the door. Reluctantly, you notice you're still far away from the village itself. However, before you can ask any questions, the bus's doors close. As the old bus drives away, you see the village in the distance. Hoping it won't rain too much, you stop to look at the clouds. Suddenly you hear splashing sounds behind you. That's strange, you thought. You were the only passenger on that bus. Except for the sweaty assailant! I wonder what he looks like under that mask, honestly. Anyways, let's just beat the crap out of him. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks? Ooh, he gone. You manage to defeat the mysterious assailant, but he flees into the woods before you can tear the mask off. Who was that? Just at the inn. You enter the inn, hoping you will find the research team there. Every room is empty except one, and the last one, you find a visibly stressed man, Matsuda-san, the expedition leader. Thank God you came. We've been attacked by the villagers and got separated. I'm worried for my colleagues. The things we've learned here, the knowledge, it's too dangerous. We must escape this place as soon as possible. Matsuda-san gulps and looks out of the window before continuing. Last time I saw my team was at the school. We used an empty classroom to keep our research notes and equipment. You should look for clues. Remember, we must flee before the river levels get too high, or else. Can I just escape now? You can't leave yet. Alright, to the school! Impossible angles, seemingly moving lines make your head spin. How is this even possible? Well, with math, anything is possible, Hiroko, or the heck's your name? I've already forgotten my character's name. Uh-oh. You managed to find the empty classroom Matsuda-san was talking about. The researchers are gone, but hopefully the notes you found will help you locate them. The pillars are related to the cult of Ti, a fertility goddess. People here refuse to help us with the work and forbid us from researching the village's archives. Okay. Let's just go in order and save all the people. We're gonna go for that ending. She said she would do everything to be with you, even if it meant to cheat death itself. And I have a shotgun for her. I would rather run into combat at this point. Ooh, we got the occult diary. Managed to find one of the researchers, Sakina Okada, geologist. Use for -3% doom? Heck yeah, I will. Because the backstory we got makes it that we fail every single roll. I would rather just fight enemies until I'm out of here. Wandering down the dirt paths of a village, you find yourself someplace familiar. You realize this is where you used to live when you were little. As your mind drifts, you wander further down the road. You find yourself at the cemetery where Mom is buried. What can you do with the shovel item, game? Oh, we might need to get the shovel as her at some point. Return to the investigation. You spend a little longer looking over the graveyard before you leave. It's been a long while since you thought about Mom, but there'll be plenty of time for it when this is all over. We're close to a level up, too, which is really good. An old man stops you and invites you into his house. You follow reluctantly, only to be amazed by the number of old, dusty sorcery books inside.
I can teach you a thing or two about magic, he says. Don't worry about payment. I'm sure we'll work it out in the future.
Except, luck check failure. It was a complete waste of time. The scene how old man was born had nothing interesting to tell you. And we still haven't found the person out here. Jeez. Our master is coming, and we can all bask in its glory. Huh? Yep. Whatever you say. You've managed to find one of the researchers, Kaori Yuto, linguist. Gotta level up here. Dexterity, luck, charisma. These all kind of stink, but I can't re-roll them, so we'll do the dex increase. And then we'll give ourselves some stamina back. All we need to do is find the last person in the forest. This is going pretty well. I don't need those. Hearing some rustling behind a bush, you decide to hide behind a tree. There you spot 3 men, each armed with a rifle. They're obviously looking for something. Or someone. Reveal yourself. I think revealing yourself always gives you hasty aid, which I would much rather have hasty aid than a bullet wound. Charisma check, failure. You walk from behind a tree and wave. Suddenly you hear a bang and feel an impact on your shoulder, which quickly turns into intense pain. Damn, that's not him. You hear the scream of one of the men before everything gets dark. When you open your eyes, you find yourself next to a road leading to the forest. Your wound is bandaged, but you fear it's not enough. -2 stamina plus status. The river's water level is rising and the village will soon be cut off from the outside world. Hurry up! I'm going as fast as I can, game. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual in a clearing up ahead. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock. Attempt to climb it. Strength check failure. You fall down and injure yourself. Luckily, you manage to limp away unnoticed. -2 stamina. You manage to find one of the researchers, Hiroke Shinoe, theologist. Matsuda-san, the expedition leader, holds his suitcase in one hand and a knife in the other. This is our only chance. Let's go. All villagers have disappeared. Where are they? As you get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. That gets me every time. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All the villagers are naked. They're dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. Look how fun this scene is. Tikithura is doing a little dance. They're doing a little dance. I feel so bad killing these people. For every researcher we found, we get some stat boosts. So you have to kill them first, because if you don't kill them and then you kill Tikithura, she just keeps respawning. They're just going to keep respawning her, so... Look at that, though. Oh my god. We just annihilate everything. The eldritch monster disappears as suddenly as it appeared. All that's left of Kaibara village is a group of deeply confused villagers. Among them, you quickly locate the embarrassed Matsuda-san. Luckily, the research team parked their jeep on a hill that wasn't affected by the flood. Knowing that time is of the essence, they drive you back to Shiokawa and promise that they will alert the government. You can only hope that the help will arrive in time. Alright, look at that. A weird epidemic keeps the staff at hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. Doesn't matter because we have our final key. Let's go bathe in the tub one more time. Get some water, get some of that. Immediately use the bottle of water. Toss it just in case so we have an extra fund. I don't think it matters at this point, but you never know. Alright, with all 5 keys, let's enter the lighthouse. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. 1 key, 2 key, 3 key, 5 key, and 4 key. Enter the lighthouse. We honestly have enough stats. I don't think I need to rest, so we're just going to go up. I'll do it once. 80% doom is fine. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whoever, or whatever, is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run away from this place as far and as fast as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Oh, we can also just get rid of these research notes. We don't need them. So if Takeuchi-san, or what's his name? Takeuchi-san, I think is his name, is in the lighthouse, we can get an achievement. If not, at least I know how to get the handcuffs for next time. Let's rest a little bit and start climbing. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. The cable that should be powering it is currently disconnected. The power box itself is covered in a weird, moist goo. Just inhaling the fumes make your eyes itch and water, but to power the gate, you'll need to disconnect a faulty plug. Strength check, failure. Okay, I think we're gonna fail all of these because of my backstory, so let's just hope I have enough health and reason. You're surprised at how much effort it takes to disconnect the faulty plug. As you force it, the weird goo burns your fingers. Finally, you manage to separate the faulty plug and connect the proper cable. With a buzz, the gate opens. You're stopped by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further, she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Don't do it. Question mark? Not enough charisma. You try to talk her into allowing you to pass, but suddenly she raises the knife and slices it right across her throat, nearly decapitating herself. You carefully step over her body. Following the winding staircase, you were stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. We don't have a light source, so... You decide to brave the veil. You finally emerge a while later, safe. You can't, however, explain the blasphemous whispers you heard. Following the winding staircase, you are... Stop! Wait a minute. Someone has been taking photos focused on you. The photos include the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. Select the second enemy you fought on this run. I think it's Ribcage Woman. Shiro-san was the... I think it's Ribcage Woman. Nope, it was not. But that's okay, we have the Doom. I'm really bad at that one. Your head starts to hurt. Is everything something you've imagined? The photos suddenly disappear. So does the door, allowing you to continue. You know, it's what happens. Following the winding staircase... so we're not going to run into Takeuchi-san. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. There's a switch inside. You'll have to risk getting cut by numerous glass shards and knives. Find a switch. Not enough dexterity. You can feel sharp glass ripping your flesh as you search for the switch. Finally, you grab a cable and follow it with your bleeding fingers until you find the button. With a buzz, the gate opens. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, the more you discover you can't remember any of them, except one. The second mystery. So we did botanist first, and then I think we did school scissors second. Wrong answer. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yes, we failed everything. We literally fumbled our way into success up the lighthouse. Your head starts to hurt. Is everything just something you've imagined? The newspaper clippings suddenly disappear. So does the door, allowing you to continue. The old god's like, man, I feel really bad for her right now. She is struggling. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? Not at all. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. Heck yeah, 2 clears tonight. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again, until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now. Look at that, though. We got 2 new achievements. I'll take it. Easy. Yeah, of course. Like I said, we definitely fumbled our way up the stairs, but no one has to know. So what achievements did we get this time? Oh, hey. If we do another run, we're going to get Shiokawa History 6 just for doing it. So let's do a quick run real quick. I had an idea anyways. Win your 6th playthrough, we unlocked Full, which is a card pack. And we also got winning with the girl, but I don't know. I don't know where the achievement for winning as her is. It's in here somewhere, I'm sure. How many do we have real quick? 50 out of 96. Nice! We're halfway through the achievements. Hopefully this game doesn't add too many more achievements between like my last session for, let's say, like this year and the next time I pick it up. Because this is a game I'll be streaming a lot, I think, throughout streaming. But I have something I want to do real quick. So we're going to do customize the playthrough. We're just going to ignore everything. I only have 10 minutes left in the stream tonight anyways. We're going to try to unlock something real quick. Let's listen to that again real quick. This is one of the characters we unlocked. We didn't win as her, but her, didn't we just win with Ill-Fated? I feel like we should have the next thing unlocked, but, that's okay. Let's continue through here. Doesn't matter what old god we pick. Let's do Athiolasith, because why not? So, what we need to do is we need to have the library. So we're not going to change anything up. Going to open that. Get nothing out of it. She only has 3 outfits, which kind of stinks. We'll go for that one. It's cute. I like it. If a new mystery pops up as I'm ready to not play anymore, I'm going to be upset. And there it is. And there's a new mystery. I'm not going to explore it tonight. This is a new one from 1.0. So hopefully we can see this next time I play the game. Abnormal Arms, Fear Festival. Warring Write-Up of Wordless Ward is also a new one for our stream. However, this is not a new one from 1.0. This is a fun one. This one involves a interesting person on a surgery table. Let's just do Abnormal Arms. Look at the game throwing investigations at me that I want to do at the very end. Library. Let's make notes. Return the books and exit. Library again. Let's study old tomes. Return the books and exit. Go to the library a 3rd time. And then I think on our 4th visit to the library... maybe I'm not understanding something here. I'm pretty sure you just have to visit the library 4 times to get an achievement. Current spell limit 4. It doesn't look like I've unlocked any new achievements. It might be a different... It might be a different thing I'm thinking of. But look at all these cool things we're getting. Yeah, I think it's not the library. I might be thinking about something else, so... Let's just end this game the best way I know how. The dog is gone, what the hell? Suddenly, a pair of hairy hands reach out of the shop's window and violently pull you into darkness. A week later, a new mysterious flavor of dog treats is released. It becomes a huge hit amongst dog shopkeepers. We got 1 new achievement, which, I mean, we didn't really get a new achievement. This game is coded in a funny way, I'm guessing, because what we actually got was unlock 50 achievements, which unlocks the History Club. Which, actually, I think the History Club is what I wanted to do. So we're going to do that one more time. Because I think the History Club is what I was thinking of. Yeah, talk to the burning fire. Go here. Go to school. We're gonna make the history club. And the school nurse. Why not? Even though I don't plan on using them. What other cool mysteries are we not gonna do? Crimson Cape. Mysterious Myth of Medusa Metamorphosis. Oh, I want to do that one. That's also new to 1.0. Medusa. Hey, at least I know that all the investigations can show up now. I was a little worried that I didn't have them unlocked or something. Okay, I think it's the History Club. History of this region is just fascinating. Why don't you discover it for yourself? Curious Statuette. History Club. Holy Glyphs. Lowers doom for every item in your inventory. That's nice. History Club. Is she getting creepier the more we visit? Folklore Studies. History Club. Abolished. That's what it was. Okay. So this is a unique ending you get for visiting the History Club 4 times. I was thinking the library for some reason, but it's the History Club. Anyways, when you enter the room, someone hits you in the head. When you wake up, you realize you're on the floor naked. Sitting on top of you is the History Club's president. We're not accepting new members now, she says, raising a ritual dagger, but you will help us, one way or another. And we unlocked one new achievement for that. That is a disturbing ending. Actually, that was kind of fucked up. But what that achievement gets us, and honestly, it's going to take 80 years for me to find it in here, but I'm pretty sure that achievement unlocks you a new character. So let's just go check that out real quick. I figured I might as well end the weekend of horror with one more unlockable. There he is. So yeah, you have to unlock 50 achievements. This guy is not easy to get. But after you got 50 achievements, you unlock the History Club, go to the History Club 4 times, and you unlock Toshiaki Wakamatsu. And next time we play the game, we'll try to get some clears. We'll try to get some clears as Yuri, and we'll try to get some clears as Toshiaki. Oh. That's what happens if you hit Q, by the way. Q can reset your game at any time. With that being said, thank you all so very much for coming out tonight. That was the Weekend of Horror to celebrate World of Horror's 1.0 release. And just because I'm going to be going back to Yuppie Psycho on Monday, doesn't mean that we're entirely done with World of Horror. There's still time left in the month of October. I might dedicate another night to World of Horror, or I might just play World of Horror like I was doing with Dead Rising. I might just play it for like an hour at the end of each stream. I haven't decided yet, but I do know that playing it for the stream over the past month has given me a really deep appreciation for this game. It is phenomenal. I cannot stress how much I really enjoy World of Horror. And while I don't think it's a game I can recommend for a lot of people, it's very intensive. There's a lot of systems. The content might be too much. You gotta give credit to Panstaz. It is a fantastically well-made game. I just downloaded today. Heck yeah! Nice, Igamone. That makes me really happy to hear. It's a fun game. I highly recommend it. And, you know, you can always go to youtube.com/FibiTanuki for all the hottest tips and the greatest Prima strategy guide on World of Horror, of course. But, seriously, this game rocks. And it just hit 1.0 this week, which is even cooler because there's still so much more content to come down the line, I'm sure. With all that being said, next Monday, we're going to be returning to Yuppie Psycho. Phoebe the World of Horror Pro. Hell yeah. Fistmaster, World of Horror Pro. Let's just keep adding to the titles. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because yeah, Yuppie Psycho, as it turns out, we got the Executive Edition ending. There's an entire second half to that game for us to explore. Thank you all so very much for coming out tonight. I hope to see you all on Monday, but if not, I have always got my VODs on my YouTube channel. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Good night, everybody.